This game has only one player. But the man still played for 11 years. But on the day he cleared all the levels, the game world has become a reality. And there is a strange system in front of everyone. Everyone is required to clear customs within 90 days. The first floor of the trial tower. If it fails, humanity will perish. And I'm the only one who has cleared the game. You know what you need to do first. I need to hurry up and get that equipment. Pretty soon, I followed the plot of the game to a shopping mall. I remember it clearly. Here's a place outside the tower in uniform. After I enter the treasure hunt area, a lot of people have gathered here. They have all played more or less. The Tower of Broken Love is a game these people know very well. There will only be 5 pieces of equipment here. It's going to really bleed out in a while. This is a voice that interrupts my thoughts. This person, it is the representative of this company who signed the contract with me. Duplicity. He knows I've played this game. He wanted me to share my experience with him. I won't give him a good face, because he has been squeezing with unfair contracts. Subordinate and unreasonable are one of the victims. Zhang Fenzai didn't notice my anger at all. Still talking. Let me go through the back door. Get a better contract, by the way. And it really pissed me off. I hit him in the nose with a hammer. Let him talk. Show me some respect. I knocked out 2 of Nakamura's teeth, covering his mouth in pain. And I have to say, it was pretty cool for me. Although I really want to beat him up. But not now. It's time, because that thing is going to show up. Sure enough, in the next second, a white light shot up into the sky. Then a towering tree appeared in everyone's eyes. On the branches of the tree, with 4 red fruits. This is indeed the same as in the game I play. This tree is called Greedy Jade Red Tree. Every fruit he picks up will be given. The user increases different attribute values, but this good thing is only 4. Competition must be fierce. Soon everyone was scrambling for money. Some people even started fighting. And I stood there and didn't act. Because only I know where the real baby is. Soon all the fruit was looted clean. Mangrove also started work at this time. Some unlucky ones were directly pumped out. At this moment, someone recalled that the mangrove had been picked for its fruit. He will launch an indiscriminate attack, accompanied by the sentence, "Run away. I've died here 50 times before." Everyone fled out, rolling and crawling. I stopped Zhang Fenzai, who was running away. So I told him, the real baby is coming soon. If you hear that, you'll be fine. Although she was a little suspicious, but I didn't leave. The concerns in my heart have also been dispelled. Then he asked me, what should I do now? And I point to Mangrove Island. One person's actions are easy to be used as a target, so we have to approach him from both sides. To confuse his vision, I again told him to do as I said. Otherwise, it will be doomed. Zhang Fenzai also swore to reassure me. He also said that he didn't appreciate it, and I shouted a reward. At the same time, he rushed over first. After I dodged the attack of the greedy mangrove, I found that the subdivision did not come as agreed. At this moment, Zhang Fenzai looked at me with a proud expression on his face. He wants me to be the lure. Bait, this is what I expected. Fortunately, this kid's personality hasn't changed at all, because standing at a distance, he is the real temptation. Sure enough, after I dodged this attack of the greedy mangrove, the neutron hasn't reacted yet. The vines came to him in the blink of an eye. It stabbed him firmly in an instant. He had no chance of breaking free. At this moment, Zhang Fenzai is no longer as proud as before. He still wants me to save him. I simply ignored his pleas for help. On the contrary, I wish he could carry it accompanied by a lifetime of miserable wealth. Zhongfen was blown alive by the vine. Now a few more vines are coming towards me. I know his attack angle like the back of my hand. Sure enough, after I escaped the attack of Tan Yushu, his 2 vines match my calculations. Collide together, under the influence of strange strength. Take a U-turn. Stabbed on the Tan Yushu tree itself. As the tree is broken down, from a blood-red heart is revealed in the middle. This is just the 5th piece I need, the mangrove crane. Sure enough, exactly what I've experienced in the game. Want to get this treasure? The player needs to accurately grasp his trajectory. Find a way to make him attack himself. I picked up a stick, let him obediently hand over the Redwood River. This birth encounters a mangrove, which is a treasure attribute, so it doesn't increase experience. I could be on the billboard for one day at most. Suddenly, the mangrove became irritable. Crazy waving roots. The next second, he used his skill vampire. The vines are coming towards me. So many vines. Even if I'm the boss, I can't avoid it all. But I can choose hard bars. The branch in his hand barely bounced his attack trick away. But the vine still slashed his cheek. No matter how many times he changes attack trajectories, I can predict perfectly, because I've repeated it countless times. Turn on the defense mechanism with the mangrove that I can't do. Unleash a flock of butterflies. I immediately recognized it as a sleeping butterfly. This thing will sprinkle a kind of sleep. Ingredient powder. I quickly covered my mouth and nose. Just hold your breath. This thing can't be affected by me at all. While dodging mangrove attacks, I quickly approached him. Then I clasped the branch with both hands and jumped. We'll plunge into the mangrove shell several times. The sweet and emerald green mangroves instantly withered and turned into fly ash. This is a prompt from the system. My record will be on the billboard one day. In order not to be noticed by thousands of people, I choose to hide some of my information. After processing these, I finally got the essence of this mangrove gall. This thing can give me the least increase. 12 bonus points. 3 bonus points will be given for each level up. Now I'm at level 14. This is the most cost-effective equipment in the first 50 layers, and I swallowed it. The incomparably pure essence of life melted within me. All fatigue is swept away. I can't wait to open the player information. Check if the reward value has been added, although I am only 1 level now. But there are already 12 reward points. It's like I'm an episode. The most powerful being. The next place I want to go is the museum. That's where you can get the most valuable. In-game trials. The magic of the tower extends to the entire Earth. Although most people are not affected. But only one thing has changed dramatically. That is, the antiques outside the tower became holy relics. It didn't become a true relic. Because of the holy relic, with the ability to destroy the sky all in the tower, the relics outside the tower are just replicas of them. Museums are the places with the most preservation. It is equivalent to a treasure warehouse. The problem is that there are not a few people who have their eyes on museums. There are 7 greedy mangroves in this city alone. But the museum is unlike him. He is a unique being. So based on the one thing left, will definitely come from all over, and there must be a boss among these people. Soon I arrived at the museum. The system also prompts me that I have entered the Bobao district, but it's quieter than I thought. Soon I found a burnt body. Sure enough, there are still people who came before me. This is in line with my expectations. The reality gap is far greater than I imagined. In just one day, someone dares to kill. People who come here, they should be staring at the map. This map contains information about the trial tower. Where are the labyrinths and ruins? Even equipment and monsters. It's all there. So, he has become a treasure that many players dream of. However, the information above him is limited to the first 10 floors. At this moment, the second floor of the museum, a group of people fought again for the holy relic. Then a strong man appeared and stopped everyone. He threatened everyone that anyone who dared to move would die. But no one would be afraid of him because of this threat. Instead, someone tried to knock his head off. The strong man's fist touched violently. It's a toast. The voice just fell at the same time. The sleeves of the strong man burst open in an instant, then cover your arms with a layer of rock hammer. The young man was a little afraid to see this, because this strong man already has inherent abilities. At this moment, the evil spirit around the strong man is like substance. The map is mine. Those who block me die. You said the map was yours. I don't agree with that. Find and forget. I saw a staggering old man walking slowly. The strong man is angry with an old man like you. I put one in my hand, lighter than twisting a bottle cap. The old man's song smiled and pricked up the house. That's faster than one of us. The voice just fell. The old man's finger ticked up. Then there was a flash of fire. Then the old man stretched out his palm, blowing lightly into the flame. The flame hit the strong man like a sharp sword. The flame treats the strong man. Flames gushed out of his 7 orifices. In just 2.5 seconds, the strong man was burned into conversation. It's a pity that the gold necklace around the neck didn't melt. The old man also painstakingly said, "A young man, in the next life, you must know how to respect the old and love the young." At this time, the old man's teammate Li rushed over again. "Leave the rest to me." I saw he put an Anubis on the ground. Then he injected magic into the stone statue. "Kill all the guys who get in the way." The next second, the statue is alive. Light up the starry sky. Then the statue turned into a statue engraved with gold, big black dog with lines. You stare hard at the crowd in front of you and smile slightly. Are you handing over the things? Or let me do it myself? Everyone has awakened when they see so many big shots. Immediately gave up resistance. This is me walking slowly through them. Look left, look right, look in. Finally found this sacred garment. Fortunately, he wasn't damaged in a fight. Li saw this gloomy and cold face, Anubis. "Kill him for me." Speaking of the command of Anubis, raise the long hair in your hand, throwing it at me. Seeing that the other party's attack has already attacked, I stood there motionless. With one palm, the long-haired wheel will fly. Li was also taken aback, and he didn't expect this at all. And I looked at him, a bloody opening. Your puppy seems to have lost its only weapon. Li, who heard this, he hurriedly lowered his head and rummaged through his school bag. Then take out 4 Anubis statues at once. Awakened Anubis is like a bodyguard. Protect Li behind her. I just sneered when I saw this. I have to say, this little girl has some skills. He can control 5 dogs with very little magic. And that old man just now, I didn't expect so many big shots, has shed the identity of Kanyao. Then I took out the relic I had just obtained. As I infused my magic into the relics, in the Valley of Pines, instantly transformed into a majestic tiger, a mere desert jackal. You dare to grin in front of the mountain army. And I point forward. Tear them all apart for me. The mountain army that received the order roared, pounced on them. Anubi 4 wild dogs bark in return. The claws of the mountain army are raised high. With a sharp thorn, Anubis's head was smashed to pieces. Then the mountain army charged into the pack of dogs like a tiger, one clean bite at a time. Soon these Bice was all cleaned up by the mountain army. At this moment, Li has been scared silly. He had never seen this use of holy relics. And the sense of oppression that Shanjun gave him, as if to tear his skin apart. Li flopped to the ground. He thought the stone statue was the strongest holy object here. I walked up to him. Now the figure can be, have you handed over the mask of Tankadream? After the friendly exchange between the mountain army and him, I finally got the relic. Replica of the Mask of Tutankhamun's. So I have 2 relics. Then I ordered Sanjun to keep an eye on the people here. Don't let anyone follow you. So now, it's time for me to get the strongest skill of the Tower of Broken Love. Now, I have stood silently next to the old man. Let's look at the enchantment in front of us together. The old man is fierce. He doesn't understand how I got to this level. Did you get beaten by him? What is the old man talking about? I don't care at all. Just secretly looking at the ending in front of you. This is a layer of alien enchantment. It's my first time seeing you two. The old man reminded me, this enchantment, neither magic nor physical attack. I didn't pay attention to what he said. This barrier is the place to reverse the magic west. I told the old man, I have a way to break the barrier. But I have one condition. You must always use fire magic. Only in this way can the nodule be weakened, until I go in and take out what's left. You can't stop using magic. The old man thinks for a moment. I can only promise him I don't want to go through all the hardships and get nothing. The old man roared. The scorching flames on both hands burned wildly. Bang, 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 hiss, bang. The hard sound of the knot world cracked a gap, and I also saw this opportunity to break through the barrier and break in. This is different from the second floor. There is no trace of being touched by others at all. Except for the iron sword with the Stegosaurus imprinted on it. It seems that the kid has already succeeded well. Presumably this barrier was also set by him. But even you, I don't know, what you took away is just a second-class leftover. This string is based on Tongbao. I can create my own inherent ability. That's the last piece of the puzzle for the strongest skill. Plus Persian abrasives and figure, the right eye of the Tanta Dream Mask, as long as these relics are fused together. You can get a 2S level true eye. You can open the status window of other players. You can also tell the difference between real and fake drawings by players. You can use 3 per day. There are 5 eyes in the world, and the true eye is the strongest of them all. Accompanied by the fusion of 3 sacred relics, I successfully completed the hidden mission and got the trial, the strongest skill fusion of the refinement tower, and it became part of my innate ability. As long as you complete a specific task, can be copied, other players' inherent abilities and skills. Preserve it in the world record. As long as through fusion, you can create stronger capabilities. This is because the previous old man couldn't hold on anymore. Urge me to get out of here. I just wanted to try it. How can we replicate the abilities of others? The system prompts, this old man is a hidden emotion. People living with masks, just let him show his heart. Can be copied. Basically, just let me piss him off. I told the old man, you can stop using skills now. In fact, you don't need to do this at all. The old man who heard that, confused to ask me why, I shouted. The barrier running in front of him shattered in response. This sentence is the spell to lift the enchantment. The reason why I let him use the skill all the time, in order to consume his magic power. Now the old man's magic has almost run out. To provoke the old man, I directly ignited the big thing he was searching for. Move on the map. I can't let anyone threaten my advantage. This behavior drove the old man completely crazy. You bloody brat! I'm going to kill you! At the same time, the system also checked the prompt. I have met the copy conditions. Then the old man, the flames are above my head. Form a skill card. I managed to obtain his B-level skill, Flame. It can increase the user's tolerance for fire. I smiled. I didn't expect it to get off to a good start the first time I copied it. The old man was shouting, make sure I pay. I also used the same fire element as him. The old man was shocked. He found that my skills were exactly the same as his, but the power is a world of difference. I stared frantically at his old man. If you want to be able to climb the tower smoothly in the future, just listen to me. After getting what you want soon. I walked out of the museum. I now have the fire element and the true Prophecy 2 skills. There is also an inherent ability fusion, and also, I subdued 2 wives who could do whatever they wanted. When the road ahead is still long, I have to rank my abilities first. Start with the capabilities you need most. Said I couldn't swallow all my skills. But the most important and most powerful skill, I won't let anyone go. Soon museums across the country. It's about the stolen antiques. The news is as I suspected. Players from all over the country, getting ready to climb the tower. This news even I was single-handed at the time. The video of the long hair flying around was also played. Are you okay? Some people also recognize this is the same person who killed the greedy red vertical. This is making my head a little big. I have to figure out a way to hide my identity. The news said, to investigate what the Tower of Broken Love is. Those officials who can use their skills. Establish the Association of Determinants. This executive branch action. It was faster than I expected. This is footage to the president of the Resolver Society. Hansang Town, he's specifically here to recruit the Determinants to join them. Also specifically emphasize, as long as the person in the video is willing to join the determination, this association can meet all his conditions. I understand Han Shangzhen's appearance this time. It was meant for me, but they underestimate me. No matter what the cost, I will not belong to anyone. You know, because the value of a skilled player, much higher than 100 average players. I also went into battle because I knew this truth. That's why they tried to woo me with a blank check. Since he can sit in the chairpersonship, that should be a strong ability. Or is he an old player of the Tower of Broken Love? Compared to the two, I still hope he is out of ability. This way it will be more valuable for me to replicate. Tonight at 7 Hall, the Tower of Broken Love is completely open. The screen changes. The Tower of Broken Love has been opened. This is exactly the same game I play, and almost all of them are newbies. As a memorial to entering the tower system gave each of us 100 gold coins. Gold coins are the currency in the tower. Players can upload their own records by video to earn. Get 100 gold for every 10,000 clicks. Players of different levels. Different amounts of handling fees need to be paid. In addition, players can only attack monsters on the next level in the same direction. Gems can only use the live broadcast function. When a player is reported for click-through fraud, when there will be other violations. Tower. The system will take corresponding penalties for it. This is the tower climber and the only bridge between the ordinary occupants outside the tower. The broadcasting system. The higher the chance of a player clearing the level, the more fans, the more clicks you get. This is the most interesting setting in the Tower of Trials. Everyone who has understood the rules of the game can't wait to rush in. They all want to occupy the position of separation. More benefits. Acquiring gold coins is not difficult for me. I don't want to upload the video first. Disclose your exclusive information. I've already figured out what to do first. It was a completely different one. Special road. When I was attacking the 30th floor of the Tower of Broken Love before, encountered a dead end. In order to enter the next level, turn the dozens of floors below upside down, desperately collecting pieces of hidden information. Finally, I found the answer in a relic. I didn't understand until then. I've been practicing for years. From the very beginning, just fail. Then I came to a place with difficulty B. Rabilin. Toth Labyrinth. It is characterized by a wide variety of complex traps to pass through the 30th floor. The most important thing is to have a solid foundation. Capture the core of the 30th floor. The key is in this maze. Then I opened the door and walked in. This familiar look and feel. It hasn't changed at all, but I didn't expect anyone else to come in. It stands to reason that no one should be here first but me. The girl in the lead seemed to see my question. Explained that he was just passing by, just happened to see the door of the maze open. Then I came in, my true eye skill activated. Ken can easily tell that the other party is lying. However, this woman has a more sympathetic skills are interesting. It can eliminate the discomfort of the other party to become close. The disposal condition is that it is necessary to act jointly with him 240 hours. At that moment in time, there can be no one else between us. This skill will be used later against this woman. May be useful. Subsequently, each picked up a simple one and introduced themselves. The girl's name is Park Huna. I also introduced myself politely to them. I'm going to stab in the back anyway. I don't remember their names. Park, and that naturally took my arm. Asked me what level I have played before. So I told him, you play to a few layers? I play to a few layers. To be honest, I still have his sympathetic skills. It's really overwhelming. If I hadn't known his skills in advance, maybe you will really feel kind. But it also made me understand, how is this skill used? Then Park, Hana asked me to tell them about the labyrinth, characteristics of the monster. Then I distance myself from them. The beauty of this labyrinth, it will change position at a certain time. The voice just fell. The labyrinth starts to vibrate. Then a few square stone pillars protruded from the wall. Fortunately, the scoop reacted with that. Otherwise, it will be squashed by this stone pillar. The red-haired young man saw that his friend was still there. Stupid. Stand up and quickly remind him to get out of the way. Fortunately, this kid's fate was avoided. The people who had saved their lives collapsed to the ground, breathing heavily, after the labyrinth stops moving. They found 2 men missing from the line. I not only patted the dust on my body slowly. Haven't these people ever played before? Okay, Maze. Park and Na wake up now. It's too dangerous for newcomers like them. He asked a long-haired girl blindly. Can you use your ability to find the exit? And when the long-haired girl's ability changes in the maze, it has been cancelled. That means they are locked up here. I'm still weird. How can they walk so confidently? Entered this labyrinth. It has navigation capabilities. What a bunch of idiots. Presumably that thing should appear soon. This is a river. The road looked at me fiercely. Why does the maze change position? Don't tell us in advance. My eyes are cold. By the way, did I let you in? Yellow Hair is not happy when he hears this. He also said that he didn't like me from the beginning. The next second his head flew out. And a handle? The axe died and was accidentally embedded in the wall. Everyone hasn't reacted yet. The yellow hair has been separated and lying on the ground. Seeing this, Park and Na were already crying in a hurry. He had no idea what was going on. Just one cow. A bull demon came charging over, and he takes his axe. In just an instant, it has arrived in front of everyone, and the axe in his hand has already been raised high. And this park and that were already afraid. Stay put. At this moment, the force under my feet disappeared in place in an instant. When I reappear, I have already arrived in front of the bull demon, and his Lifu also slashed down at this moment. It's just that this time it broke, and I'm up high right now. Come to his head. The system sent a prompt. You have dodged the attack and gain a hidden skill gap. This skill has allowed me to compare myself to others. When a powerful enemy fights, every 3 points of clearance can close the gap by 1 level. Can make me stronger quickly. Then I grab the bull demon's foot. Use the inertia of the rotation to pull away from it. Numao hacked at me again. While I was dodging, gap skill points increased by 0.05. He kept attacking. I kept dodging. I just use him as a tool to improve my skill points. No matter how powerful his attack is. If you can't hit me, it's in vain. I keep taunting him for being too slow. You can't hit me at this speed. The bull demon was completely attacked by me. Keep giving out angry roars. And then the axe slashed up diagonally from below. I wasn't in a hurry to dodge his attack. Want to get strong fast? You have to make a bet with your life. Under the control of my kiss angle. This one of him just scratched my neck. The system sent a prompt. I narrowly avoided a deadly attack. My clearance skill point +1 is blocked here. I have to say it's a good deal. After I escape the bull demon's attack again, I decided not to play with him anymore, because I noticed that these old lights are about to slip away, and then in a flash, I'm behind Park Henna. Where are you going? The bull demon also followed me and killed him. My goal is to separate Park and Na from them. Bull demon's axe flashed through it. Even the wall at the shoulder was popped out. A deep furrow. Then the labyrinth starts to change again. Separated me from the bull demon. The 2 survivors collapsed to the ground. Gasping for breath, they are worried that the bull demon is catching up. I told them, I just touched the luminous moth powder. This powder will continue to attract bull demons to chase us. Park Huna doesn't understand why I do this at all. This is of course to enhance the gap skill and get rid of this little red hair that gets in the way. While the maze changes position, I can replenish my strength. I'll play with him when the calf comes after him. Park Huna was shocked to hear this. How many times do I have to repeat before I get out of here? I held up a finger and told them, it will take another month. They were going to part ways with me, so as to avoid being pursued by the bull demon. But I'm not going to let him go. Walking aimlessly is even more dangerous. The 2 people who heard this broke into cold sweat. Immediately asked me if I knew the location of the exit. I played with the short knife in my hand. I know this maze better than anyone, so of course I know where the exit is. Look at him and bite helplessly. That can't be done. We can only stay with you. I looked at them with a smirk on my face. There is no such thing as a free lunch. So give it your all. At this moment, someone outside will be alone. Beat Goblin's Nest. The video of the hole was uploaded to the billboard, and a lot of people are awake. And that sent his traffic skyrocketing. The team of gold men is very happy. You have to know the traffic. Almost 1,000 gold coins. This is also thanks to their PS technology. I haven't waited for them to be happy for a few minutes. Another one has been upgraded to level 10 for the first time. And the video came out on top, and the traffic is skyrocketing. This makes investing difficult. He can't believe it's true. It turned out that 2.5 minutes ago, I bought a few pieces of junk gear through the exchange. Fusion of the 3 pieces of equipment purchased. To get a lucky girl. Muse's Wheel of Fortune. The player can be transferred within 10 minutes. Lucky Rays 2. I went online and used 10 equipment enhancement scrolls. With the blessing of luck on the Wheel of Fate, I managed to strengthen the dagger to 10. And also rewarded me with 5,000 gold. I can't wait to wave it twice. This equipment is currently very suitable for me. The next 10 days, from time to time we are chased by bull demons. I've also been using it to improve gap skill points. Park and the duo also appealed to their friends in the outside world for help. I just haven't found any way out. So they're going to kill me while I'm asleep. Then hide in the 15 miles they found not long ago. Hold on until Park and Na's brother come to the rescue. The red hair did not hesitate. Take a stone and hit it at me. This is Park, he grabbing his arm. This guy is reacting too fast. As long as it's a fight, whether we go head-to-head with him, he has no chance of winning or riding. Subsequently, Park Ho-na took out a drama poison cream from her bag. Just one drop can send 100 monsters to the west. Subsequently, they grilled me a plate of mushrooms with enthusiasm. I asked Red Hair for more, and you savor it. The Red Hair watched me eat it and was very excited. But the next second, the Red Hair spewed out a mouthful of blood, desperately choking his own throat. These two idiots. You don't really think I wouldn't hesitate. Eat the food you gave me. When I pick his dishes, I have already dipped, poisonous mushrooms replaced. I immediately turned on the system. Report Park Ho-na for violating the rules and secretly live streaming. The next second, a red ring sprouts out of him. His punishment was replaced by an extremely cruel fate. And Park Ho-na, audience in the live stream, all were punished for a month and could not watch the video. This is the bull demon catching up again. When he saw me, he rushed towards me with red eyes. Just at this time, I also meet the conditions for copying Park and that skill, accompanied by the successful replication prompt. Now he is completely useless to me. Wenyan reconciles Najib's almost crying. My brother is from the Black Crow Guild. You'll regret leaving me here. At the same time, Bull Demon's axe just sent him flying. And I'm jumping high. Come and put me on top of the cow demon's head. Let Park Ho-na watch it. Who is scarier, that stupid guild or me? And then I did 2.5 free rotations. Take advantage of a disruptive knife. Strongly stabbed into the stalk of the bull demon, and this one also cut his cowhide tightly. But at least it got into his body. Finally, the improvement is not in vain. Progressive. Then I put my feet on the spot and disappeared in an instant. Affectionate as fast as lightning to the bull demon. A slide shovel dodges the axe he swings. While detouring with him, use the fire element to block his attack. The bull demon roared in anger, slap away the incoming flames. And my death has passed through his moment, and slashed him in both legs. Bang! I got down on one knee. This guy? I should be showing my cards soon. Sure enough, the next bull demon's eyes became flustered. He activated the skill Berserk, and he's twice as big. And the feet were glowing green. Turn on the Berserk Bull Demon. Within 5 minutes, attack speed, attack power, and movement speed are all increased by 30%. He even spoke to humans. I'm going to tear you apart completely. Let you never again. Faucet Foot here? I'm not afraid at all. Your magic efficiency is even better than before. So what? Although, let the horse come. Bull Demon threw an axe at me. I'm going to crush you completely. The life of the gun, his giant axe is blocked by my short sword. Every attack of his is perfectly bounced off by me. For a moment, we started a crazy confrontation. No one will let anyone. Park Ha, who was hiding behind, looked fierce. He was responding to the monster's attack. This is a boss-level monster that has activated skills above level 10. Even if the beast is all the members of the Black Crow Guild, we can't beat him together. But that lunatic in a one-on-one. Not at all inferior. At this moment in Cantonese, the more excited I am, my clearance skills improve with each fight. I can feel myself getting stronger fast. At this time, I found that the bull demon's attack was not as fast as at first. It seems that the time for his skills is almost up. I saw the opportunity and rushed towards him quickly. He left several pouches on the bull demon. However, just then, bull demon's fist has locked me, and I have nowhere to hide in the air. When I saw his fist about to hit me, the blood stopped in the air and couldn't move forward. As for my judgment, the duration of his rash ability is over. The legacy of this skill will put him in a state of suspended animation for 24 hours, and I keep fighting these deviations with him. The morning wave increased my clearance by 57 points. This can close the level gap by 19 levels. There are still 20 days until the next opening of the maze. At the current speed, It is enough to get a 100-point gap. I spent the next 20 days battling the bull demon. Finally, it rose to 100. Now I have sent the bull demon flying with just one punch. Fell to the ground and can't get up again. It's time to say goodbye to Maverick reading. Then this woman is the only one left to deal with. Hearing this, Park and Na quickly said, "Can you give me a ring without Raham?" That's his brother's encouragement. Participate in the exchange of others. The ring of Burahan can be on the first floor. One of the most powerful equipment acquired. It increases the user's movement speed. Gives it magical resistance. It also suppresses the magic of monsters. My true eye determined that what he said is true, but I'm still not going to let him go. I forced him to join the brain he had just created. The company wants to make him obedient. I will hand in my skills, merge with the skill fire element, thus earning a new interest, skill soul refining brand. Then it was printed on Parky's body. This is the contract to join the company. Those who are branded must fully obey. Implementer's order. If you disobey, you will burn with fire. Unbearable pain. Soon we were out of the labyrinth. This achievement will be showcased on the billboard. One day the system also rewarded us with 5,000 gold coins each. I naturally snatched the gold coins of Parkana, so I have more than 10,000. Before parting, I order Park to remove Ericon within 2 days. Give me the ring. All the media are broadcasting on the behalf of Godin military industry. A week later, the news that we are going to attack the 3rd floor of the Tower of Broken Love, single military industry. The trade union is the #1 trade union in the country. It is also the strongest trade union in the country. I didn't expect them to be in such a hurry. Of course, they will definitely regret it later. I understand why they are in such a hurry. It is nothing more than to take the lead in occupying the many resources in the tower. That's all. But the time given to pass each level is 90 days. As long as you clear customs at the specified time, there is no need to attack the next level at all. If you don't lay a good foundation, just an urgent increase in difficulty will be. The difficulty of the violent attack is suppressed and instantly crushed. I have to collect it first. Within a month, news information happening. To be everywhere. As small as news and disinformation. Access to high-quality information. You need a few credible and reliable people. And the only people I know and trust are those guys. So let's start with lead timing with the name of the game, Bald Man. And not only the district and the fist Liu Yanhua. And I soon got to meet them. They were killed 2 years ago. We fought together in the Tower of Trials. Li Taiming, level 11, inherent ability Mechanical Monarch. There is nothing to provoke except to consume magic power. Good at large-scale combat. Liu Yanhua, level 12, inherent ability Matrix. This is a close-range defense. The inherent ability to defend and export damage. If I want to replicate their abilities, we must reach the 20th floor of the Tower of Broken Love together. Although today is our first official meeting. But after communicating with them, my heart is at ease. In addition to that, I also learned global representation collapses in action. Trends of live streaming hosts. It's about starting coins by hijacking people. The factory's grinding group. Then they took me to participate. Test set by the Awakened Association. Only those who pass, the identification code will be printed on the wrist, so that you can enter him. It seems that the president of the Awakened Association is still fighting. That's under the guise of reducing the number of victims. Gather the hidden powers. That being the case, I'm going to put this to good use. Association junk. The system is ready. Since the talks at the Awakened Society, players whose level is determined to be below S level, not even qualified to climb the 2nd floor. If the player receives a higher level judgment, as a result, you will receive the official immediately, and various top-ranked unions. Invitation to join issued. Now resolved Association Park Hanawa. His brother Park Ha-jin is like a star holding the moon. Come to Poo Town. Claimed to be the star of hope for the Black Crow Union. This is someone who is more capable than them. The angry strong man came over. He is the golden rooster of the Samurai Guild. Too scheming and evil. Staring hard at the Park Ha siblings. I'm here today because of you. If there is a mistake, you know it, right? The siblings nodded in fear. No, we'll try. Their bodyguard rudely pushed the crowd away. Get them out of the way. The one in the front is just now. The 3 of us came. A bodyguard pointed at us and congratulated us. What's wrong with you? Didn't you hear me say get out of the way? It puzzles me. I am waiting for the draw. Why get out of the way? What is Park Hae-jin doing by pushing the bodyguard away? Can't even handle such a family. Then he prodded me in the shoulder. Although I don't know about you, what does the guy do? But you're in trouble now. Eating spicy food is really an eye attack. Park Ha-town level 8. Inherent ability. Deadly miracle. Elevate the enemy's hostility to the line. You can copy a desired skill. But it made me instantly interested. Hostility going live is easy to get started. As soon as I grabbed the finger that Urawa had poked me with, it broke him to 90 degrees with a click. Park Hae-jin is also ruthless. The pain of the severed finger reluctantly held back the beautiful cry. I didn't care. I took a sip of water. Wait for him to get angry. The next second, Park. He was charging towards me at the same time. Pull out the waist knife. You went. I'll give him water directly. As the side faces crossed with him, I punched him in the leg. The scoop that fell to the ground and the shock covered their legs in pain. Spectator. We have no idea how he fell. Park Hoona hid in the crowd, shivering. He doesn't know why I'm here. Kim Ki-tae came over with 2 bodyguards. Enough is enough. I found the truth. The eye cannot see Kim Ki-tae's panel. In other words, my level gap with him is too large. This Jin Jitai is now at least level 20. Does this kid have a good nanny? Kim Ki-tae says, although Pui Town is a bit in the way. But he's still useful to me. This sentence confirmed my guess. You mean, does Pui Town offer Engwo an encouraging life? This made the golden chicken too shocked. Ask me how I know. This makes me a little proud. It doesn't matter how you know. The important thing is that I know how to get rid of it. Ways to encourage life's side effects. Jinjitai's eyes glowed golden when he heard this. Using the skill button enchantment. Guest room first floor. A black enchantment engraved with runes. Cover us both. I want him to crash with 10 of them. Exclusive dungeons in exchange for. This method, encourage life to belong to the use of equipment. Known for its ability to restore strength and magic. Name but if alive. There will be side effects of magic poisoning. In fact, only 3 pieces of equipment are required. This problem can be easily solved. They are the Quran Moonstone. And most importantly, the mandala root. You must be wondering if you can't find the mandala, grassroots and overwhelmed. I can tell you his location. Wenyin Kim Ki-tae had to re-examine me. Because I said the same thing as his union research group. Kim Ki-tae raised his sword and threatened. I can give you 10 dungeons in exchange. If you dare to play tricks with me, just wait for me. Anyway, hand over 10 core dungeons. This price is for him. It's ridiculously high. Absurd life. I drew my dagger and flicked it open. You seem to have misunderstood. Give you advice and give you, the person with the opportunity is me. There's already a fight outside. Neither side allowed the other. My conversation with Kim Ki-tae ended perfectly. This guy is easier to talk to than I thought. Lee Tai, come up quickly and ask if I'm okay. He said he was going to beat them all down. I waved my hand and it was a god. At this time, Park Hae-jin caught up. Let Kim Ki-tae not let us go. Kim Ki-tae grabbed him by the neck and lifted him up. A guy like you is far from his match. If you dare to make trouble for me again, I will kill you. Puhejanjiang without education. It's all my fault. He swore he would kill me. This is the system prompt that I have met the replication conditions. I managed to acquire his passive skill, shallow breathing, after a brief incident. Now it's finally my turn to test. The rules are simple. You only need to attack the magic crystal in front of you, access to equipment and built-in capabilities. I'm not going to use inherent ability. This short knife is enough. In Sun's life, I have maximized my sword chi skills. Let me see it, the practice I have worked so hard to accumulate in the labyrinth. How powerful is it? Whoosh! This high-grade magic crystal was split in half by my knife. The staff on the side were so shocked that they couldn't close their mouths. You know, most people even have magic crystals. The magic required by the stone cannot be reached. This is the first time he has seen someone who can put the entire magic crystal. In the end, my grade was rated S. My brother just wanted to report to the police and was stopped by me. I asked him to delay the report for a week. Park Hoona is also as agreed. Bring the Bram ring. As for helping him lift the profundity of soul refining, it depends on his future performance. Then I told Li Taiming and the two to continue climbing the tower. I still have important things to do. The second round of testing only requires clearing the trial. A dungeon in the tower is enough. I'm not going now. The first floor I'm going to. The only relic. This is considered a forbidden area. This ruin. The mountainous terrain on the first floor of the Tower of Broken Love. The Corridor of the Fallen. Due to the fact that he did not reach the Hunter level. At present I am still S level. You can't enter this ruin alone. So I registered as a porter. Mixed in. Soon we arrived at our destination. The system gives a prompt. The exclusive mission of the attack team has begun. The goal is to kill the boss and regain the throne in the center of the season. The option to reward a single winner. Tower of Trials. Special rewards for the first person to clear the game. This is a reward only available to me. I immediately choose to open. Luck and adaptability are worth blessing. Cold Heart. Allows me to keep one in case of an emergency. Ordinary, but the human touch will gradually fade away. Passive skill Prey. When I want to enjoy all the rewards to myself, you can get the most valuable reward among them. This reward is really great, especially this passive skill Predation. There are many random blind box rewards in the Tower of Trials. General, one good thing can come out of thousands of blind boxes. It was luck, it's bursting, but at the same time, this skill, can I just ignore it? Probability of opening junk items. As I think, a white light flashed in the formation in front of him. A few figures appear. The young people in the lead are still complaining that the transmission is too uncomfortable. A dozen good. The uncle recognized them as the law. A member of the Sea Guild's main attack team. The young man just now was the captain of the attack team. I probed with the eye of truth. Send money and flowers. Level 14. Ability equipment, lightweight. If you want to copy his skills, need to gain his trust. That's a bit difficult. Past Life Guild. The attacking captain is only at this level. It doesn't matter. Just don't hold me back. Soon we followed them into The road was littered with corpses of monsters. These people make me feel weird. After fighting so many monsters, they were unscathed. Judging from the strength of the attacking captain just now, this is impossible. Uncle, look at me standing here in a daze. She urged me to distribute water to foreigners. This group of people is from Yuzhou, a rare elite player. The pattern on their shoulder pads is to absorb warmth. Trade union badge. This is a man wearing white armor. Caught my attention. Why is there such a short person in their union? I'm going to get it almost. I came up to him with a glass of water. Thank you for your hard work. Drink some water and take a break. I also used skill tape. Make him feel better about me. The girl thanked me and took off her helmet. Showing beautiful blonde hair, I recognized him at a glance. He is because the youngest daughter of the European aristocratic Lawrence family, a skill to control divine power, attack defense. There's even support, universal player with healing skills. He is Saint Teresa of Amsterdam. When I see him, I understand how come everyone here is unscathed. Teresa has the ability to resist immortality, biological advantage. But everyone is anxious and afraid that he will hit the boss. Why did they come to the ruins? And my true eye is too wide due to the level gap. Can't probe his status window. That means Teresa is over level 20. Coincidence. The lucky and adaptive value of the previous reward. Reduced the grade gap. My true eye is now level 2. Single kill level 29. Inherent ability Starlight Guardian. The replication condition is between him and the danger. This number is exaggerated, as expected of people's enthusiastic pursuit. The object turned out to be performing a professional task. No wonder he is here. Tree kill warm smile, thank you. I'm finished. I asked him not to be polite. It's me who thanks him more. Thank him. Let me not have the opportunity to be raided by the Paladin Circle. The Guardian of the Heart with the strongest inherent ability. Here's the thing. How can I get this woman into deep trouble? And then save his life? This is a security guard system. Suddenly punished. Guardians will be completely completed in 10 minutes. I'm really scared to wake up and send money. With the strength of their team, at least half of the people who collide with the Guardian will die. But he didn't want to give up. He managed to climb to the position of the attacking captain. Desire triumphs over reason. Send money or decide to go deeper. even if a teammate asks to stop. He also insists on going in because he believed in Saint Teresa. Loose people outside, don't panic even if you know the Guardian is about to go. They believe that the people of the Fahai Guild have long had a plan. Huang Mao also firmly believes that the people of the Fahai Guild can kill at will. The Guardian didn't notice the big hand behind him. The next second he was crushed. The three who responded quickly took out their weapons. Enter combat mode. But how could they be this group? Guardian's opponent. At the same time, Send Money and Flower and others also encountered the Guardian. He immediately commanded the crowd to start fighting. Meat Shield move forward. Porters retreat. Standing output, episode magic. Send Money and stand at the front of the team with a shield. Simultaneous use of skill ahead cues. The teammate in charge of supporting launched the warrior song, Fold It Up. The warrior guardian has finally appeared. At the same time, an axe came down. Dolly's blow was blocked by the money. At this time, the three loose players could hardly hold on anymore. They were begging for help. After all, there is nothing they can do to sacrifice their lives, and he doesn't have time to take care of them either. The loose people are only now discovering, I have been abandoned. This is a woman with a holy sword. Very good at using skills at the same time. A shining sun appeared in the sky. And these guardians are like countless swords. At the same time, the chopping style is spiked. At this moment, Teresa is like a goddess of war. Ollie is here. He noticed two guardians bypassing the home team. Run to the rear. He immediately recognized the danger to non-combatants. They quickly caught up. Now, the rear supply team is all lying on the ground. The uncle who talked and laughed with me on the road is still alive. I'm really going to die this time. Then a guardian appears. Raise the giant axe and look at him. Suddenly, thorns were cut across him. Uncle, what are you talking about? I said I'd get you home safely. While speaking, the guardian is torn apart. Suddenly, another guardian appeared behind me. His punch was easily dodged by me. And then the top of my left hand burned. Skill fire elemental activation. Boom, 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 boom. This guardian was directly smashed by me. I still have to maintain a first-level personality. These people are too unreliable. I don't know who woke up the guardian. It doesn't do any good. The uncle thanked me. He didn't expect me to be so good. An uncle was taken away by Teresa in a hurry. Teresa spoke out of cold. I thought you were a warm-hearted, nice guy. I didn't expect you to threaten with a knife. Non-combatants. You must be the prisoner who woke up the guardian, right? I'm going to arrest you now. This makes my head look big. Why is Teresa so smart? No chance to explain. He put a shield against me. The toenail cap hits the ground. A large crater was blasted into the ground. He even said he didn't want to hurt me. But the next second he smashed me again. I create a backwards dodge. This Teresa is so angry now. No chance to explain at all. Also, let him pause in anger and come to me. If so, then teach him a little lesson. I duck. Teresa flew the sword back. Boom life. Get up close and personal with the hard walls. I pointed a knife at him. I'm not a prisoner for a new guardian. If I were a criminal, I'll kill you now. This time first. The uncle who was rescued by me came to explain. Teresa, who knows the truth. Crazy bow to me and apologize. Of course, I forgive him generously. Teresa wondered why I was hiding my power. In fact, I have the same reason as him. I don't want to be known. Teresa is a hired press union. The future is hidden. In fact, to get Petersburg. Complete the transfer task. Teresa, who heard this, was a little hurt. How do I know this? So I told him, I know all the strategies for this ruins. And Miss Teresa, your strength is trustworthy. What we want is also in the same place. So the two of us can team up and go together. Then Teresa told to send money. Go it alone. Although I am very reluctant to send money and flowers, but at Teresa's urging, only agree. Then we came to a place full of ghosts and demons. Teresa needs Peter. The sergeants are among the sergeants they guard. However, we need to eliminate, like a shortcut outside of time. Ding dong. The system sent a prompt. The Masters of the Corridor of the Fallen are watching you. That got me interested. This should be an order to help command the monster. I don't remember him ever following the players. I told Teresa to follow my lead. You just need to release the power. Just attract the attention of the undead monster, especially without hesitation. With a whoosh, he jumped into the group of monsters. His breath suddenly became holy. Skill Battle Song and Divine Power Enhancement are activated at the same time. All abilities only increase by 3 points in 10 minutes, then like a tiger into the flock. Every arrow can kill a ghost. His ability to deal with undead monsters has an innate advantage, and this sacred breath instantly attracts all monsters. Seeing this, I stepped on the monster's head and galloped towards the 10 levels. These minions are handed over to Teresa, can reduce the risk of me accidentally upgrading. Suddenly, a purple-black thunderbolt brushed my ear and flew past. Boom. The ground under my feet was smashed to pieces. Fortunately, my hand uses the skill fire element, blocking the explosion. Attack. Mine is a skeleton mage with a staff. He is a hidden king of one skill, Jin Rui sharp weapon. Next second, a voice slashed across me with a long sword. I was also a very quick one to fall down. Hiding from the past. I remembered Durahamber would be here. It seems because I brought Teresa, causing a paradigm shift. Next time I'll have to think about the variables. Richie's black lightning can easily kill Dora. I quickly ran to the junction where the stone pass was wrapped. I want to use Richie's lightning to break the barrier. Sudden flash. The strange lightning appeared just as I had expected, after I dodged his attack. Rush towards the barrier behind, with a click. The barrier was easily shattered by Richie's lightning. It's just that I didn't expect it to be so powerful. Even the 3rd level boundary was shattered. My figure is in 2. Fast movement in Durahan. Then put the magic into the knife. Swish a few times. These 2 Durahans were cut into pieces by me. And then there was a flash of me. Meanwhile, Tray Killer. Clean up all the monsters. I stared at Li Chi completely. What should I do? Now it's just you. The little skeleton suddenly saw a flash of light. Richie is unfolded from it like a fruit. I looked at the man warily. The other party makes me feel very powerful. He stepped on the skeleton. Finally found you. It's the action of a guy. Like being able to anticipate the actions of monsters. I knew you would come here. The young man pointed a long sword at me. Long time no see. Zhang He. I looked at the young man in front of me. Can't remember who he is at all. Who are you? Hearing this, he trembled with youth. Don't you recognize me? Use the skill True Eye to see into the opponent's state. Window Swordsman. Class Swordsman level 29. Inherent ability Song of the Sword. Copy the condition and hit him with swordplay. I know the sword he holds that should be Ying Long. It was the previous internal inspection of the museum. I remember the person who took him before the Tower of Trials became a reality. Beaten by me. And then no matter what I do, that person just catches me. It's going to be a showdown with me. Obviously a true samurai image. I didn't expect the real person to be as handsome as me. Xian Yu gritted his teeth in a holy manner. You won't recognize me if the game comes true. Do you think less of me? This makes my head look big. I didn't expect this old man to still have this personality. Looks like he's here to duel me again. First post, grit your teeth and stare at me. The game has now restarted. I won't lose to you again. If he wants to hit me, he will definitely not stop him. But I still advised him to think carefully. After all, my partner, Teresa, will not stand idly by. First recognized by the holy nature, he is a saint. I just didn't expect to bring a powerful partner. Is there any justice that triumphs over anger? I won't let anyone interfere in our duel. How can you choose the battlefield to launch? I smashed the sword of the power of thunder, pierced the ground beneath your feet, then a sword key enchantment. Repayments are coming my way. And I reached in, and the sergeant took the treasure out. In the meantime, let Teresa wait here for a while. I will settle the battle soon. Then I and Chan Yu, the saint, appeared together in the space he made. Humble and holy. No one gets in our way now. Use skills to escape together while speaking. His reward value is all increased by 10%. And my reward value is all reduced by 10%. First, choose the battlefield from the main skill of Sheng and discuss it together. Has a forcibly weakening effect. In that case, the war situation will be bad for me. But the current situation has reached special conditions that trigger fusion skills. When the situation becomes extremely unfavorable for me, when the difficulty of the original replication condition is far exceeded, the replication conditions will be adjusted according to the battle situation. In other words, now I can replicate the skill first. Replication conditions are reached later. I immediately copied Chun Yo-seong's inherent ability, Song of the Sword, the ability to understand sword weapons. Up 200%. The body naturally finds the most suitable sword path. The acuity of the whole body perception will reach a peak. But the reason for feeling ignored, the sword of Santi is coming at me. Tell me not to be too arrogant. Seeing this, I grinned and summoned a short knife from my family background. Listened to a few sounds. Common collisions with the Stegosaurus of Gan Yusheng. Soon he sensed something was wrong. In the memory of Chen Yusheng, I'm good at medium-distance duels. And he didn't expect this at all. Look at his surprised expression. I smile at you. Now only this short sword is enough. Win justice first. Still ignoring my skills, soul-chasing sword chi activated. In an instant, a doppelganger appeared beside him. Exhibit 2 sword auras at the same time. I just dodged between the 2 swords. Don't forget to complain. He actually used the sword against Kainiao, who was a beginner in fencing. The leading saint who heard this. Light up international gestures for me. Do you think I'm a fool? But I have been using a short knife to fight against sword chi. I don't know when it will be. Then I can only create a skill that can counter sword ki. I took out the demon soul pill I got earlier. Put it together with the short knife. I want to merge sword song and demon bastard. A dazzling light jumped from the short knife. Successfully obtained a 2S. A new skill, Grave of the Sword. This skill is an upgraded version of Song of Swords. Only the understanding of swords has increased to 500%. This ability is to obtain the title of Sword Demon. One of the necessary abilities. Black Moon Night launched. In an instant, black magic gathered around me. Every now and then I have a tingling pain in my arm. They haven't mastered it yet. 1/10 of the power. My magic can't take it anymore. Lead the sea in the heart of the saint. How could he be so powerful? This is obviously a battlefield in my favor, whether it's reality or games. But why can't I beat him? The voice just fell. The leading saint swung several sword ki at me in a row. I cut off all his sword chi with a knife. Whoosh life. I'm flying high. Yosheng Rush Blood appeared behind him. I don't know how much faster I am than you. Stronger players have fought, so boy, you still have to practice. The voice just fell. The knife in my hand has been raised high. The sound of the gun was hit by the gasoline Shingheng sword. For 2.5 seconds, he fell backwards under the impact of a powerful force. His long sword swirled 30,000 air. Throw it away, because he is a knight. I'm used to it, because I'd forgotten how many in a row it was. Chun Yu-seong, frustrated, bowed his head 138 times. Can you do it now? Won't kill him. Although this guy is annoying, the Tower of Broken Love is a dangerous place, so we need as many expert players as possible here. Top-notch like Shasan. Not to mention experts. I reached out to him. I'm looking forward to your 139th book. In fact, I want to continue to replicate his skills. Only, it takes 60 days to replicate the same person's ability. And this guy will deliver it to your door himself. Tianyu turned around proudly. He admitted that he had lost this time, but let me remember that next time it won't be the result. Attack team on the other side. They have obviously. All the monsters have been cleaned up, but not far ahead. Another magic reaction, and it's coming this way fast. Next second, an iron robot appeared before everyone's eyes. On his shoulders stood a white-haired young man. Spend money from the way he looks. Think this young man is a vampire. The vampire bends over to the crowd with his luggage. Hello, human beings. My name is Bellis. He is a blood ancestor who serves the master of the relic, the true ancestor. Send money and put a sword against his neck. Ask him what he is looking for. Beruth recognized the leader who sent the money. I'm here to give you 2 options. 1, you're coming with me. Half of the people on the second line be my snack. As his fingers were cut between them. A drop of blood on the ground. Valve blood activation. Blood is like a few red tongues of oil. Wrap around the legs of a few unlucky people. instantly devoured them into blood. Beruth's eyes glowed bright red. Which one do you choose? The picture comes to me. At this moment, Teresa is using the Skill Divine Power solution. Poison extraction of pure ice. This ice and magic soul pill. They got it together in Shiguanli. It can add 100 mana to the user. If not purified, can cause fatal injuries to users. This is also due to Teresa's divine power. I have absorbed 10 2-mana points. Suddenly, Teresa received an invitation from the owner of the cloister. Lifetime task penalty. If you want, go out and attack the team. Please enter the innermost room. Reward for meeting the cloister owner. Teresa panicked. An entire attack team was taken hostage. He got up immediately and was about to rush over. Even if you can only save one person, he will not hesitate. Trevor clenched his fists. He worries that he can't overcome the real resistance. Teresa blamed herself for acting alone. Immortal traveling, Saint Detective's breath. The assault team has nothing to do with me. I'll go first. Teresa, I have something to tell you. If you have trouble making decisions, can be used as a reference. And then he turns around, staring at me angrily. That guy is very selfish. No credibility at all. That's one of the reasons I hate him. But I can assure you of one thing. He is the best person in the world, the only one who can defeat Allah. Special Run smiled. Thanks for your pointers, and walked up to me. He wants to sign a contract with me. I told him my deposit wasn't cheap. Maybe you'll become a pauper. Lessa raised her fist to show that experience is not a problem. As long as you can help me defeat True Ancestor, and I said yes. It just so happens that I also want to copy his ability, and my mission is also the Throne of Bahui, isn't it? Then we follow the instructions of the task. Come to the last room. The magic released from within makes Teresa feel incredible. I told him not to be afraid. Anyway, I already knew that the opponent was very strong. I have a request. You will go in no matter what. Whatever happens, you have to believe me. Then we enter this room. And on the throne above, there was a woman. He officially considered Alice. Alice stared at us with a frown. I'm waiting to be punished. I also stared at him without touching. Attack the right person? Alice snapped her fingers. Before and after lifting the secondary boundary, the attack team slowly emerged from next to me. It's just that I didn't expect Park Ha-jin to be in it too. It seems that he woke up the Guardian. The reason why Alice invited me. It's because of the smell I emit. He looked at me leisurely and licked his fingers. This is the first time I have smelled such a sweet snow fragrance. I really want to eat it clean. And that blew my mind. I don't remember him being like this before. Alice said she was very frugal about food, so he will let me live for at least another 60 years. I appreciate his kindness. I don't want to be someone else's little drink for the rest of my life. Shy. An arrow slashed my cheek and flew past. Alice congratulated coldly. Who said to listen to your methods? You have no choice. I walked forward slowly. You are not a platform. Innocent said that. Then, I got down on one knee in Teresa's eyes. I can offer you more than something sweeter in blood. Alice chuckled. He made up his mind. I don't care what I suggest. He won't change his mind. For them, nothing is sweeter than blood. I told him confidently, what if what I'm proposing is freedom? The word freedom is like a bolt of lightning. Drawn into his mind, his hands were instantly full. He's still yelling to tear me apart. Alice raised her hand for them to stop. After, ask if I can take responsibility for what I say. I told him if he couldn't be held responsible. Open it yourself, never came here. Alice, can't wait for me to prove it to him. I pull out a mask. Look up at him. I will Zheng He from now on. The devil on his behalf will take you out of here. People are people who turn away from human beings for some reason. They not only hinder players from climbing the tower, even often join hands with monsters in the maze. Alice had naturally heard of those people. But you said you were one of them. So I told him, myself and the temple in the 27th tower. Already contacted, so I know your news here. There is also a way to deceive a seal that covers the entire seat. The temple told me, Teresa, I don't know why things turned out this way. I don't understand why I call myself a devil. Blood bubbles slowly appeared under Alice's feet. Can Magpie Bridge launch the ball? Forming a force under his control. If you take me out, anyone can say, and here's the thing. I don't trust people who bite their tongues like yellow. You can go to hell now. He pointed at me. Those sharp blades slanted towards me like a rain of swords, and I still promise. The posture of the luggage did not move. In the nick of time, Teresa held her shield in front of me. Skill divine power enhancement. Full activation. A wisp between the fingers. A divine shield made of golden holy swords fell from the sky. The sound of steel delivery keeps ringing. For a moment, the holy shield was deadlocked with thousands of sharp blades. Teresa told me to stay behind him and not come out, no matter what. He will use divine power to support him. Skill divine power shield in full swing. Easy life. The sharp blades of this second wave were also all fallen. Alice watched him do his best. The power is still so weak. Laugh out loud, but in the next second, his face turned gloomy and cold. This disgusting sanctity. The breath successfully angered him. Shoot once arm lift skill. Blood welled up in his palm. A bright red blood ball appears above. Teresa doesn't know. Can you make this move yourself? Otherwise, you are likely to die. Even so, Teresa didn't take a step back, because he believed in my selfless life behind him. I cut through Teresa's body. Teresa never dreamed. You will be killed by the people you are desperately protecting. This makes Alice feel the difference. However, his skills were not released after all. I did this for a reason. I just want to gain Alice's trust. He should believe me by now. Alice didn't expect either. I actually betrayed the partner who saved my life, and he wanted me to prove it again. At this point, Teresa, who was seriously injured, grabbed my trouser leg. There were tears of disappointment in the corners of his eyes. Jung-he, is this the plan you mentioned? Mask scared. I didn't answer his question. Is indifferent to watching him raise the ruthless knife. Just a cry. The shield was splashed with a touch of scarlet. Alice laughed heartily. He now believes I'm on their side. He also said he would give me a chance to prove it. I took out the Bram ring I got earlier. There's a 7-star wrinkle in there. As long as Alice's soul sealed in this equipment, you can temporarily hide the enchantment of a season, equipment that can seal souls. Alice is also hearing for the first time. After the Tower of Broken Love begins, the reason why I stubbornly maintained at level 1, it is because of this 7-star soul transfer. Can only be used at level 1. I put the ring on the ground, with magic injection. A flash, counting the dazzling light of the 7-star formation appeared, the confinement of the soul. Only one soul can be brought in at a time, cooling down for a year. I spread my hands and told Alice, this formation can only last for a minute. As long as you want, I can get you out of here. The opportunity for freedom is just around the corner. It is false that Alice is not moved. But he didn't fully believe it either. He immediately passed on Bellis. What tricks does he dare to play? You kill him immediately. Sabotage. Alice has been held here for over 1,000 years. He could feel that he had missed the opportunity. You will never be able to escape from this palace. Alice pointed at me. I'm going to ask you one last time. Can I trust you? I promise I will never make him regret it. Provided I am fortunate enough to have his trust. The moment our fingers touched, I used the skill sympathetic. Make him feel good about me. I, Alice, allow the beloved soul. While he agreed, the ring shines brightly. A naked strange energy envelops Alice. The ring of Abraham is absorbing his soul. Soon Alice's soul entered the ring. The space in it makes him feel good. I'm happy too. He is satisfied with his future home. Teresa also staggered to her feet. His inherent ability, the guardian of the heart. You can resurrect yourself in a non-immediate death, 240 hours of cooling down. I looked at him and smiled. Welcome back. Teresa, the first time I checked his status window, I found out the guardian of his heart has the power to resurrect. Alice's voice came from the ring. You humiliated me so much. Bellis, kill him now. Although Teresa has many questions now. But now is not the time to ask. Speaking of orders, Bellis let out a roar. Use the skill Blood Wave. In an instant, the scarlet tide surrounded us. With a wave of his hand, the flames surged. Valve Fire Elemental Activation. A loud bang hit the ground. The blood wave was instantly burned out by my flame. I sent Trevor to camp, save the hostages, and leave the rest to me. Bellis has some differences. He didn't expect a human to be able to defeat. Your own magic. I said you don't know the properties of mutual restraint. From the moment your master was sealed by me, you have lost. A flick of the knife, inherent ability grave of swords. Fully activated. Bellis gritted his teeth angrily to shut me up. Since magic doesn't work, he killed me with his sword. His little brothers also came to kill me. Send money and flowers, I'm already stunned. Ask Trey who killed me. Trevor says he doesn't know either. He put on a mask on purpose. Presumably I don't want people to know, and pretty soon I cleaned up all these little Karamis. Teresa didn't expect. The first death is at the hands of a companion. It really hurt just now. This operation is also due to Teresa's trust. Luckily, we made it in the end. He looked at me and smiled softly. Thank you, Zhenhe. Thanks to you, we are alive. I also met my copy condition. Received his inherent ability, the protection of the heart. We were just going to get the leftovers here, but was stopped by the money. In this large-scale operation, the ownership of the equipment belongs to our Fahai trade union. I stared at him coldly. I saved your life, and asked me for a reward. Send money and spend gallbladder blind explanation. They can compensate with other things. No matter what, I will not be stingy, although I don't know of a failed attack. Why is the team captain so straightforward? Strong, but look at him, so wanting. Then I won't argue with him. I also reminded him, no matter what the consequences are, don't regret it. Send money and spend quickly. He has no idea what I'm talking about. Sure enough, when he first came across the holy relic, he was hit in the palm by a current. And in his hands, there is also a red cross mark. I told him it was a curse. If you want to eliminate it, you must destroy Alice, but she's in my ring right now. Send money and flowers are still in a state of confusion. I didn't even notice my hair was falling out. Teresa covered her lips when she saw this. Oh my God. What was it? Why is it so bright? Is it a light bulb? At the entrance to the Tower of Trials at this moment, a group of the Determinants. Journalists are cleaning up here. Someone provided them with a dose. Information to be compromised, to fish for something. They came here early and waited. Next second, the news comes that the corridor of the fallen has been breached, a group of people supporting each other. Appear among the reporters' lights. One of the braised eggs stood out, reflecting light under the action of flash. This is the attack, Captain. The money flowers are gone from top to bottom. You can tell it's been a tough battle. One in the crowd. The tears moved by Uncle Mediterranean. Finally, someone appreciates this hairstyle. Trevor announced to the crowd, "The ruins that I broke alone." This caused everyone to be in an uproar. They are going to break the news to the association. Soon I was back home. Cooked a bowl of fragrant instant noodles. I order. News of the killing the fallen corridor quickly spread. I just didn't expect everyone to react so strongly. Fortunately, he was wearing a mask. Although Teresa knows my identity, but he will definitely keep my secret. Now, just talk to this listless Alice. How dare this Alice dislike my pocket? Dark and ugly. Of course, I won't get used to him either. I want him to see reality. Determine who is the boss now. I held the ring directly. Performed a 30,000 many circles of the Demon King. The centrifuge dazzled for 2.5 hours. Finally made him realize the reality. Just let Alice out. He is going to take the humiliation he has suffered during this time, 1,000 times return. But the next second he was stunned. Because he's now a mini version. Even if he is still sealed by me, I just release a part of his entity. The ability to be used is less than 1%. Alice, who heard this, plop on the ground, and he was crying and he was saying, "Oh yeah, I don't want this kind of freedom." I didn't expect his reaction. I told Alice, "Help yourself find your true freedom. As long as you are willing to help me, I can wish you Atalasha again. Family of family." The screen changes. I went downstairs to the Black Crow Guild. Today I'm here to find fault. Park Hae-jin leads the Guardians at the Corridor of the Fallen. Hurt me. I still remember it at this time. I simply kicked their door. I'm sending these guys to reincarnation. In front of me, a group of menacing thugs in suits appeared. They're mad at me for kicking down the door. I'm not talking nonsense either. Palm flame wrap, skill fire elemental activation. The top floor of the building at this moment, Scoop and Jen put their heads on the ground implicitly. The president of the Black Crow Guild is not in the ruins. Solve my rage. Suddenly, the door to his office was smashed open. I walked in slowly. You are the boss of this guild. The president was surprised. Hurry up and let someone catch me quickly. Hear this. A carp in Puhey Town got up to inquire. He wants to take this opportunity to lead a team to make a contribution, reclaiming his super rookie status. In an instant, then he came to me with a dagger. I took off my mask in a hurry. Hello, West 8 boy. Park Hedgen's pupils constricted when he saw me. While he was stunned, I banged the whip leg on his neck. Harmonious array like a broken kite. Hit the bookshelf hard. The president also recognized me at this time. You are the one who is awakening, the guy who embarrassed us on the test. Lianda's super short knife use skill. Sujian stabbed at me. I picked one up calmly. His son snapped his weapon with a single blow. I put my feet heavily on the table. Shen Jianshu, can we talk now? Shen Jianshu roared in anger. Did you come to avenge us on purpose? Our union has more than 50 experts to climb the tower. Aren't you afraid of being hunted down? His crisp sound. A wife hit him in the head. I stared at him fiercely. I wanted to have a good talk with you. Save your life. Since you don't value it, then I'll clean it up. And I grabbed a chess piece. Now you can go and report. Don't wave my big hand forward. Chess pieces were thrown like sharp swords. The sword smashed the glass of the building under this attack. Fell. I kicked. I was lying on the ground. Puhey Town, which is still trembling. You survived because of your sister. Start today. If you show up in front of me again, you will die. Pooh Town, which I beat up again. He nodded vigorously. I let the guy who played dead in the back get up. Give him a chance to prove his worth. I will spare his life, the strong man who heard that. Immediately start introducing yourself. My name is Jin Shonki. Where will you graduate later? What do you think of your major? And the responsible thing to say again. This kid's attitude makes me very satisfied. I've decided to hand over the guild to him. Shocked to hear this, I let him not have to answer the union. Just keep it about the same size. I took out the ring that sealed Alice. Let him stay here and help. Deal with other people in the guild. Received alert soon. Assemble command of the Black Raven Guild level. The players came back. The first thing they saw was the president dead in the car. Deep Sea Show red hair. Run upstairs quickly. He wants to see who posted the emergency collection. Take a look at the command result. It's a hero who rises and sits in the chair of the president, and he got so angry that he grabbed Kim's tie. Let him recount what happened. Jin Shonki stammered. His closing party was bought by the girl next to him, and he is now the president. The red-haired young man who heard this was even more angry. You deserve to be the president too, and this little guy can do things like this. Alice is still complaining. I asked him to come forward and solve the matter himself. But as soon as he heard the 3 words, little one, the complexion directly turned cold. Hear a harsh roar. The building where the Black Crow Guild is located blows up. It leaves me speechless. I'll let him take care of it for a while. The union just handed it over to him and it was gone. At this moment, I also just received the test results from the Awakening Society, now that the Tower of Trials has become a reality. It's been 2 months. The old order is undergoing a sea change. People are also rapidly adapting to their current lives. The other person knows that I am the identity of the Porter uncle. I've asked him to keep my identity for me. There's me with the mask, and there's me without the mask. The form will be more convenient in the future. It's time for me to swallow it all. And pretty soon I got my resolution certificate. I just didn't expect it to be so ordinary. This time Alice, Li Taimin, and others also came. I just introduced them to each other. At the same time, he is the master of the Black Crow Guild. People told them, after, blame Alice for blowing up the building. But this girl is tougher than me. The reason is that the group of people first said he was little. This is killing me. Thousands of years old, why are you still acting like a child? Then I asked Alice to go hunting with me. I need someone to cooperate with me. Although most high-quality dungeons now are controlled by unions, but I know another place. Dungeons that others cannot open. This is the Moon Lake on the 1st floor of the Trial Tower. Even those big guilds won't be here now. I haven't been here for a long time. In this calm lake, there are 12 decorative statues, and this statue in front of me, more than just an ornament, there's a notch in the statue. Although many people have discovered, but no one knows what he does. No one knows how he turned it on. Because what unlocks him is not a key, but the moonlight of the moon. Just use the palm of your hand. Just adjust the angle at which the moonlight shines in. Soon, a dark layer appeared on the calm lake. To the Tower of Trials, the door to the basement level has been opened. After coming in, it's a spiral staircase that leads down. Alice is also the first time to be in such a place, and this sense of freedom fascinated him. I am also guarding the divine power refining soldiers with my heart. My magic has failed to grow again. Now maintain Alice's form. Finally, a lot easier. I'm curious, does Alice know that she... Just a subset of game data. But what I said next? It became the wrong code in his eyes. But I also confirmed one thing. This is to cut off the letters related to the tower at the root. Information. You can find that you can't chat with the creatures in the tower. That was a big gain. Suddenly, Alice noticed a creature approaching. Smell smoke. I immediately activate the skill fire element to illuminate. Sure enough, in the shadowland behind, revealing a flashing fanged sword. As soon as I get angry, the elements are thrown in the past. The beetle was instantly ignited by flames. Meanwhile, under the flame, the beetles on the wall above are also exposed. And I laughed. This underground layer is called the Land of Cicada Eggs, because the monster in the abyss will keep crawling out of here. This is a swarm of giant level 25 beetles. In addition to the hard shell, 10,000, almost no threat to me. Alice is already disgusted. I shout you back. Let me do it, I'm going to start pretending. Top inherent ability. Guardian of the Heart is fully activated. In an instant, a dazzling golden holy light hit the ground. Beetle's physical defense has all been reduced by 30%. Alice hands down. Skill blood entanglement. Blood is like a spider web and wraps the beetle around. Invite blood cells to form and trap them inside. See myself super short knife bared teeth smile. Clearance skill reaches 100. Can close the level gap of 33 levels. My figure quickly flashed through the swarm of beetles. And there was no accident. All beheaded. During this time, I was almost suffocated to death in order to maintain a level. So come on, you can have as many of these monsters as you want. Top inherent ability Grave of Swords activated. Then comes my crazy upgrade moment. On the other side, Olympus Union venue. Representatives of heavy labor unions gathered together, led by the yellow-haired youth, sitting in the first place with a sad face. This person is Petrie, the representative of the Sun God Guild. They are working to break through the Tower of Trials. Trouble with the third layer. They raided 8 times. They all failed. They send 100 players per union. 15 teams were formed, but only 9 survived. In fact, the boss of the third floor is very ordinary. But here's the rub. 100,000 statue summoned. Olympus Union representative Maria, he thinks he's attacking the tower too fast. As a result, those high-quality players do not have enough time. Grow. Join the military union. Attacking Captain Bai happened to agree with this. Just as they were struggling to break through the third layer. Just yesterday, Grinding contacted them. As long as you promise to grind people on one condition, Grinding people are willing to help them. The representatives of several major trade unions who heard this were shocked, incomparable to their hearts, very resistant to contact with Grinding. Because now the influence of the big guild even beyond the executive branch, so hopefully these things are important to them. A voice came from the stove by the side. Self-esteem is a good thing, but with your strength, it is impossible to pass through the third layer. The voice just fell. An old man in a black robe appeared. Bai Zhenghao saw this. Immediately open your mouth to scold you a trash devil. Do you know where this is? The old man looked at everyone with a sinister face. Work with us. We have a way to defeat the third floor boss. Bai Zhenghao gritted his teeth angrily. Your grinding association doesn't have 100 people. Is there any way to get past 100,000 army? Hearing this, old Jun tapped the ground with his staff. Inherent ability Shady Tombkeeper launches. Suddenly an army of skeletons appeared outside the house. At this moment, it was only then that Patry realized that this staff was unusual. This is precisely the only extreme. Special equipment made from 99 materials. participating staff. Tang Wei, a representative of Zhonghe Guild, swallowed a mouthful of saliva. Soldier plus this scepter. There is indeed a chance to defeat the third-tier boss. Maria immediately scolded him. Are you ready to cooperate with the evil devil? Pai Zhenghao, I also feel that I have to kill this devil now. But then he thought about it. As long as the other party doesn't talk about the cooperation, he thinks this is a feasible approach. Trey, Killing didn't expect things to turn out like this. No matter what, he will not join forces with the grinder. He was wondering what I would do if I were here. This is him just getting my video invitation. As soon as it was connected, I noticed an anomaly here. I asked him to convert the video call into a full call. I have a way to clear the third layer. At this point, I have put on the mask. It doesn't mean that recognizing me at a glance is an attack. Unknown players in the first layer of ruins. The old man has naturally heard of my name. But he doesn't think I have a way to pass the level. I'm too lazy to refute what he said. Just by his battle in Haifa, there's no way to clear the customs. The old man's scepter, missing the most important heart, and holy garments contaminated with leftover oil, the true scepter of greed. There will be a ruby in Sea Valley. Now the trial tower is only open to the third floor. There is no way to refine the true scepter of greed. I asked them to take a closer look at the skeleton soldiers outside. It's hard to stand without arms and legs. Villa battle. It's obvious. He's trying to steal your energy and equipment. I know it can't be hidden. The laborer waved his staff. I hope you can take it easy the next time we meet. Then it disappeared. I asked them to hand it over to me. This way, there is no need to join forces with grinding people. Can also complete the tower attack mission. The representatives of the heavy trade unions who heard this had their own ghosts. None of them wanted to give up the chance to win me over. And then they scrambled. Then they provided me with various funds, resources. I told them they wanted nothing. They just need to cordon off the area. Just let me in. That made them even more upset. Keep asking why I help them. I scratch my face. Make up any reason for a precious partner? This is what I should do. Teresa blushed instantly when she heard the painting. Keep the words Ninan's precious partner in your mouth. In fact, I feel so mushy just saying it. This girl doesn't think I'm confessing, does she? Don't even care about rewards for partners. However, this sentence will definitely get me far. Super stir-fry benefits. And the matter of magic grinding people has appeared here. It was recorded by me. I'm going to upload only the grinding part too. Billboard. Spent less than a day in the basement of the trial tower. My level has been raised to level 12. Finish feeding Alice her own blood. Replenish your magic. Okay, I'm going to take a shot of the basement level. Before that, I bought some materials in the system store. I'm going to be busy in a while. This deep hole in front of me, it is the entrance to the next layer of lens. I let Alice hold me tight. Then he jumped with his hands in his pockets. As soon as she got down, Alice sensed the danger, and I lit the fire in the center. Let him not get so excited. With the fire set ablaze, on the throne before me, a huge figure appeared. He's the head of a hound wandering in the desert. Anubis. I let him not play tricks. Do it now. I'm in a hurry. Anubis barks. Do you want me to make this artifact? Do you personally deal with a little guy like you? Alice stood in front of me. He could sense that the creature was dangerous. Let me hurry up. Hearing that, I smiled slightly. I didn't expect him to worry about me. I stood in front of him so he wouldn't have to worry. Just watch from the side. Anubis dog barking one. Ability to launch the trial of Anubis. This is a simple answer to 3 questions. Will activate the skill of absolute judgment, and the conditions for me to replicate his skills, to make him lose patience, and I don't have to be honest about his problems. The first question he asked me was, is it from Alice? Heard about him? I answered yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. His second question asked me, is the purpose of coming here to separate rooms? I did an okay gesture, of course. He is in the dark, but he can sell it for a lot of money. His third question is asking if I can be on his turf. Get out alive. I'm very disdainful. If even you can't handle it, I'll just kill myself. While I answer the 3 questions, a bunch of disciples were born under my feet. The trial of Anubis has been initiated. All my abilities are only reduced by half, and it can't be used for a minute. Skills and inherent abilities. Rubus picked one to cut the price for him. Combatant of judgment. Giant flying mantis. He's going to fight me instead of Anubis. He also asked me if this praying mantis was very majestic, so I whipped out a little gramophone. You can play a specific piece of music. Can't be destroyed until the song is over. Anubis is fierce. Suddenly play music. He thought I was scared by the warlords. Flying praying mantis unlucky sickle rushed towards me, and I'm still dancing to the music. The beat of this music is accurate. Deal with the mantis attack pattern. In his attack, I keep dodging to the beat of the music. This praying mantis can't even touch me. Anubis is also fierce. Now he realizes that I came prepared. Finally, a minute passed. Now I can use skills and inherent abilities. I swung my knife. The skill Miyuki Tomb is unnatural to activate. The chicken flashed across the mantis. Just cut him into 8 pieces. Anubi, I don't think my means can kill the praying mantis. Those waiting for war can be resurrected in an instant. Of course I know this, because I'm going to make life worse for him next. The height of the tree has cut the newly resurrected praying mantis into 8 pieces. Alice looked at me as if I were playing. He didn't expect me to be so strong. Now he finally thinks I can help him get revenge. Brother, this flying mantis has been taken by me, slashed to the ground and drowned. Anubis is still urging him not to be cowardly and hurry up. A warfighter is a warrior who accepts God's choice with pride. The final blow that destroyed his invincible will is to sit on his head and insult and provoke. This big mantis flew me first, then put the scythe around his neck. Stabbed in the eyes of Anubis Momon. Not only did my rank increase, the skill book was also released from the big mantis. The magic book of the Duchy of Felterus can learn weapon magic. This can only be done in the upper middle of the tower. Good things to see. I finally experienced venomous snakes for the first time. The joy of skills. My new skill is called ice sculpting, and this was completely unexpected.
Anubi, you tear.
Sneer. What do you think of your ice sculpture play? Can you compete with me? Hearing that, I bared my teeth and smiled. One will only sneak on the 42nd floor. Silent guy. You obviously can't make a move. Hear this. Anubis only discovered. I already knew he was a conscious being, but he doesn't understand why I'm fighting him. And all I said to him was fun. Anubis was instantly furious when he heard this. How dare you treat me like a toy? Kill that presumptuous human immediately. As soon as he finished speaking, he used the hive skill. I saw a few wasps holding the hive, flying towards me. The next second, they were frozen through my ice sculptures. I waved my hand. Flames. Then fused the skill fire element with ice sculpture. There's a new skill called daylight. A dazzling light flashed among the monsters. Let them for a while. Entered a brief busy state. Then a beam of energy launched from my hand. Instantly clean up the monsters surrounding in front of you. This skill uses compressed magic. Unleashed group attack skills. Not only is it powerful, it can also affect the opponent's vision. I flashed all the cataracts of Anubis. Now he wants to change his strategy. Purple magic package on his palm. Using skills to filter objects. And the juveniles in the chamber produce enhanced individuals. A bumblebee at 5,000 horses an hour flew towards me. Seeing this, I used the skill Silver Condor in the palm of my hand. Silver carving is like the history of swords. Just cut this bumblebee into 8 pieces. But this bumblebee is also immortal. And they can reproduce indefinitely. Instantly split into 4. I've been waiting for this opportunity. Then I took out a bigger pill. Throw it precisely into the bumblebee's mouth. The big pill here can make him 10 times bigger. It lasts a minute, and I jumped. Snow towards his system. It lands firmly on the bumblebee. I grabbed his tentacles with both hands, so you can control, and Anubis saw what he did. Immediately urged them to kill me quickly. A few other bumblebees who received the order, coming from behind me, and I've been waiting a long time. Wasp's tail needle stuck in the back where I was riding. I have already put New Year's grass on him. These incoming bumblebees are all glued together. I also took the opportunity to use the unknown regular hexahedron. Trap them together. I synthesized 4 pieces of equipment, enhanced the unknown regular hexahedron, separated Bumblebee. It's completely trapped by me now. And in the hexahedron just now, I have already left a flame. I snapped my fingers. Use the skill fire element. In the narrow hexahedron, instantly ignited a fiery flame. The Bumblebee was instantly swallowed by this terrifying flame. At the same time, the giant pill takes effect. These infinitely reproducing bumblebees, with my fusion of skills, all turned into giant pills. 10 legions that want to fight against the 3rd tier? The more of these things, the better. Bumblebee not only provided me with a lot of experience, it also got me promoted several levels in a row. Now, a newbie, I understand why I was so upset in the first place. Crazy? Because I already knew the characteristics of madness. The trap was dug early. So I started. That's why I provoked him. Anubis raised his palm and cursed, damn it. Click? The wind room was destroyed by his own hands. It annoys me. I'm still on the channel. Anubis is completely insane. He was shouting. He also told me to get out of here alive. He will be waiting for me on the tower. I reassured him. I'll go up even if he doesn't tell me. Anubis only left one last sentence. At that time, I will personally judge you for your impudence. Then the statue of his consciousness shattered. And I also satisfy the copy condition. Success, get a new skill trial of Anubis. This skill requires the opponent to answer 3 questions. You can reduce the opponent's ability value by 50%. And it is forbidden to use their skills and inherent ability 1 minute. Skills can only be used once against the same object. If you violate, it would have aroused the wrath of the ancient Egyptian gods. At this point, the system prompts me. Some ancient Egyptian gods came to me. Great hostility. I didn't expect this, a newbie. I went to tell the police so soon. Anyway, the gods there are very careful. Alice is still in a state of confusion at this time. He has no idea what's going on. I explained that Anubis went offline in anger. Anyway, I won. Now I'm level 19. I'm going to increase the reward value of each skill. This is the video invitation I received. I'll let Alice go aside first. The person who called me was actually holding a friend's hand. It's true that the sun is coming out of the west. As soon as he saw me in a place he didn't know, this old lamp is gritting his teeth in anger. He said he had a proposal. Look at him so serious. It gives me a bad feeling. He said tomorrow, the Determinants Association is holding a dance party. Include all 2nd-level players, including Chen Yusheng, must participate. What I don't understand is, the boss of the 3rd floor has not been defeated yet. Why are they at this time? Host a dance party. This Chen Yusheng is indeed the same as I guessed. He wants to take this opportunity to fight me again. But I don't want to waste my time in a place like this. Unless there is a chance for me to copy someone else's ability. But Qing Yusheng said that I could never refuse. Then he took out a Hey invitation. According to the explanation of Seiyu Sage, the so-called black refers to the secret auction house. The experience trade he uses is different from the player. This is a cash-only auction for equipment. And only invited members can enter the venue. It just so happens that I need a lot of gear to open up. The 3rd floor of the Tower of Broken Love. I have come to the dance party. At this moment, the video I uploaded earlier has gone viral. There is a hidden identity of me wearing a mask in the video. And including Teresa, the top masters of major unions, including, originally, I just wanted to upload the video of grinding people. Think about it, I changed it to the content of a large union alliance, because they are ready to join forces with the grinder. Once it explodes, it doesn't do me any good. And people are talking about, that's me, promised to kill the boss of the 3rd floor alone. My video has now reached 50 million views. I can get about 50,000 gold coins. But when will this boring martial arts event end? Contestants at the dance party. There are more than 24 players. Difficulty. Newcomers associations and large unions are concerned. I haven't been able to defeat the treasure of the 3rd layer for a long time. It will cause your attack power to decrease. Therefore, this martial arts meeting was held and broadcasted live. It's a show, in my opinion. But this is also how people can intuitively feel about the player. Rare opportunity. Westward journey. Sheng said that as long as you will present this Blackstone invitation to the king, provided you need to get more than 2 judgment results. Only in this way can you be eligible to participate in the martial arts
Westward
meeting.
Journey Xing told me
The winner of the martial arts event can be selected.
1 piece.
Replicas of sacred relics stored in museums. Second, you can apply for one. Play against the players participating in the dance party. Journey to the West. This time, the goal is to defeat me in front of everyone. On the platform now, the old man and Li Yuli have defeated 2 players. There are many union representatives in the audience. They are all selecting good seedlings on the spot. Fan De Biao, representative of the Dark Cloud
Disdain
Guild.
for
other players. Only one person can enter his eyes. That is the sword saint who just solved the player's problem. Qiuxi. Fan De Biao had previously invited him to join the union, but he was rejected by Chen Yusheng. The quality Fan De Biao is a little annoyed, because Chun Yusheng is the first refused to join their union. This is a burly man in a suit walking over. He said that if he competed, he will surely defeat Qiuxi. This person is the 3 players of the Dark Cloud Guild. Make money, Fan De Biao told him not to nag. Let's figure out how to do an interview. You have the ability to earn money. Become an FC player within 3 years. If you let everyone know about the Dark Clouds, there will be such a star of hope, then the status of their union. Naturally, the water will rise and the boat will explode. But the only downside to this guy, just like to pretend. At this moment, the melee on the stage is finally over. The winner is a friend. He decisively chose to choose artists to fight. Then point the longsword at the audience stage and come out. Rise up and dare to challenge me. This guy has a good eye. The next second, he was pressed down by Fan De Biao. The designated person is not you. And I got up. It's killing me. These posts are really causing me trouble. Representatives of other trade unions. Seeing me stand up makes a difference. Hurry up and ask your men to check my identity. After finding they didn't realize I was just a headphone player. Now I take the leap. Has come to the stage. I told 7 to win if I lose again this time. Don't ever fight me again. Hearing this, Qing Yusheng frowned. You make it sound like I'm going to lose this time. I never let up a second to beat you. He even threw the Qing Yusheng longsword, using the soul-chasing sword dance, 2-style soul-chasing swallow. In an instant, his breath suddenly became smart. Common above the blue flame wraps me with a wave of my hand. Flames surging above the palms. Gotta beat him up this time. Boom! A big hole was blasted out of the roof. At this moment, the gasoline saint is already lying on the ground. Fell into a coma. I also managed to get a black market invitation. And there was a lot of talk in the audience. They didn't expect an F-level player to be so strong. Then I went straight to Li Yuli, and the 2 of them, so that we can get along well in the future. I want to ask him something. He can refuse if he doesn't want to, provided he has the confidence to bear the consequences of rejection. After a friendly exchange with me, Li Yuli was very happy to give me his contact. Then a person came up behind me. What a surprise. I didn't expect you to have such strength. Shiro Isi, True Eye activated. Right. Path level 21, Career Builder. Therefore, there is the power of giants. His skill Giant Palm works for me. The condition for copying is to recognize his true intentions. It makes me wonder, this system, why do you always know the other person's intentions? It seems that he is not just a simple program. Right Path waved at me. He said he wasn't here to fight. He just thinks it's going to be organic. Will fight by my side. It's simply to come to me and make friends. My true eyes tell me what he said is false. With his peaceful expression. In fact, it is full of inferiority complex. The representative of the Black Cloud Guild had a thin face. Obviously this sign, trying to beat me in front of reporters. To attract the attention of everyone. This obvious little trick. How could I have been fooled? I also satisfy the copy condition. Successfully gain the Giant Palm skill. This skill can use the power of giants to multiply your grip strength. You can be free. Use equipment that is 10 times its own weight. What he said amused me. So, are you shaking hands with me on behalf of the Dark Cloud Guild? While asking him questions, I used the trial of Anubis. Last question. I asked him, do you think your strength is greater than mine? And I put my hand out. Make money grab my hand. A little more imposing. Isn't that reasonable? And then he stops. Because I didn't respond. The trial of Anubis. can reduce his ability value by 50%, and you can't use any skills for a minute. Then I squatted down on the ground with force. I didn't forget to mock him a few words. Aren't you confident in your own strength? Now this reaction is too exaggerated. The voice just fell. My palm is working again, with the sound of bone breaking. Earn money and kill pigs like screams sounded. Then I punched him hard in the stomach. I beat all his bile out. Straightforward, the broken kite couldn't stop flying backwards. I reminded him not to dress up with me next time. Otherwise, I'll beat him up. Suddenly, an attack came at me. Luckily, I'm quick. A crater has been blasted out of the place where I stood before. I activate the skill True Eye. Vanderbilt level 34 class Berserker. Therefore, it has the ability to magic copy condition destroys his self-esteem. At this moment, Fan Debiao looked at me angrily. You dare to make a fool of Young Do-hyun. Do you know how much effort we put into him? I told him to calm down. I have no intention of defeating the guild boss yet. Fan Debiao jumped up angrily when he heard this. How dare this damn guy speak wildly? Then bend your head to grow and use the skill blood. The devil is coming at me. Seeing this, I raised my palm and greeted it calmly. In an instant, a dazzling white light rose into the sky. Cut me and exchange the short knife. Simultaneous clearance skill activation. The sound of a gun, it collided with Fan Debiao's fist. The sea in Fan Debiao's heart. He couldn't believe it. I actually blocked his blood demon energy. You need to know about Fan Debiao's blood demon chi attack, but kill the second layer of the Tower of the Worlds. Obtained by the magic weapon. He couldn't believe it. I can fight this attack. Please stop. The same magic keeps us apart. The person who came was Han Shangzhan, the president of the Resolved Association. Seeing this, Fan Debiao rushed to complain. President, this kid. How dare you make a fool of the players of our union? But Han Shangzhan asked him to calm down. It is normal to be injured at a martial arts meeting. And he came up to me doing his job. He even introduced himself to me. Then they told me to bend over for luggage. Congratulations on becoming the 16th place in the country to get S, the player who decides the result, and apologized to me for the previous wrong judgment. Did the heavy union representative go crazy instantly when he heard this? Everyone is rushing to me. Fan Debiao is fierce when he sees this martial arts meeting. It was supposed to be the home of his Dark Cloud Guild. I didn't expect to be upstaged by me. And he grabs a reporter. Said they were going to announce strategy for attacking the third level. But the reporter didn't want any clothes. Just one sentence. Please contact me next time you have the chance. Only Fan Debiao was left standing there. And it has become the focus of everyone's attention at this time. I also managed to acquire Fan Debiao's inherent ability, Blood Demon Enterprise. Soon the news that I became an SG player hit the news. And I was content to see that on the plane. I told Han earlier, Shangzhen said he was going to Las Vegas. They were very enthusiastic about preparing the flight for me personally. The treatment of high-level players is different. This is Alice showing me the man in front of me. He smells weird. There's an unpleasant smell of blood. I dare not be careless when I hear it. You know, humans. For Alice, it was like a drink. If he says so, this person must have 7 orifices. I immediately investigated with the eye of truth. But I didn't expect the man in front of him turned out to be a demon. Then the blonde young man also looked at me. I didn't expect him to know me. The SG player who just appeared in China is you, right? It seems that this is no accident. The grinding organization must be after me. That's why I got on this flight. But I answered him enthusiastically. The driver also got the SG not long ago. Judgment result, and he handed me a business card and introduced himself as Alex. He also warmly invited me to have a drink, to pass the long flight. His business card, I'm next, and decided to have a good time with him. He took out a bottle of High. Brandy told me his story. We had a great time chatting. It's a pity that this devil is desperately trying to introduce himself to me. I don't know, I've already seen through his picture, the true identity beneath the smiling face. Subsequently, we talked about the unknown player wearing the mask. It means because I asked other unions, said he could enter by himself. 'Cause them two, division cannot participate in the attack on the third layer of violence. Alex, He also said that he knew the unknown wearing a mask. Player, I don't know why he can face the unknown. The player's own face, so calmly lying, he also warmly invited me to join them. Attack the third floor. Bow, because S-level players have the right to act alone. So they want to use my identity. Enter the third floor of the trial tower. His request was verbally rejected by me. Because agreeing to him is equivalent to other large unions are confronting each other head-on. Reluctant, Alex said, "Will give me a generous stir-fry. Then take out a bottle of elixir. The elixir holy water can heal almost any injury. This brings me together. I don't understand at all. Someone likes to learn what to do. How could they take such a valuable thing? Make a deal with me, and what Alex means is, this Lin Yao is just a deposit for me," and he pulled out a contract. "Let me just sign here." My true eyes tell me, this is a king's contract. Although he is no different from ordinary cooperation. But actually, when the contracting party fails to fulfill the contractual conditions, he will become the bearer of death. Damned covenant. Of course I won't sign it. And I'm not going to return this bottle of elixir. Although my personality is also greedy. Something I like, I'm going to get it anyway. Hear this. Clenched teeth of the Acrite. What the hell are you talking about? Now Alex finally realizes. I have detected his identity. He also threatened me. Unknown players will definitely make me pay. I kind of want to laugh when I hear that. Your people will be stupid in Olympus. Didn't you just ask him to have a meal? This sentence makes Alex Yizheng. I don't understand why I know this. Even guess that I really know the unknown. After a brief incident, we have finally arrived at our destination this time, Las Vis. Alice, this is the first time. Walk unscrupulously in the human city. I've always kept it in a ring before. Now I have to call the world memory, immediately fuse the eye of truth with the blood demon Chi. To acquire a new skill. 3S level greedy eye of the world. This skill is an upgraded version of the true eye, immune to any type of nodule. Not only can you see the other party's status window, vision sharing and mind reading. The two skills that come with this. It can only be launched to players lower than their own level. If Ashmore's eye is often used, it is also possible that the personality will be contaminated by the blood demon energy. Later. Combine him with the stable spirit, gas system capability for fusion, but I'm in a hurry now. Soon we came to a place where we could private casinos that use magic. I'm going to raise some money for the auction here. As soon as Alice entered, she was attracted by the freshness. He had never seen anything here before. And I took him to the counter. Tell the service staff, get him whatever he wants to drink. And I went straight to a card table. The guest officer waved his hand. Use the skill source against the card in your hand. Lock down designated individuals, unaffected by skills for 10 minutes. He sees that his cards are the queen of 2 plays. He breathed a sigh of relief because he has lost to me 500,000 Meidu. This time he is confident in his cards. In order to make a comeback, he immediately decided to add the owner. And I didn't bring him either. All the chips were pressed up, and I asked him 3 simple questions. Use skills simultaneously. A newbie. Seth's trial saw me say so much in a row. This has nothing to do with guessing that I might have a mind reader. Skills like magic, but he was not afraid at all. Because he can change the cards at the moment of opening. While he flopped, using a wonderful technique. As a result, when I opened it, there were still 2 volumes. This old light is direct, dumbfounded. He had no idea what was going on. My brand is 2Ks, and I pretended to be surprised. That's good. I narrowly beat you. This beach. The ability of Stone Eye to read minds is really useful. This could be of great help to me. Of course. I'm also very impolite to put these chips. Take it all, a strong man who can appear from all directions. Stopped. The lead fatty sat down with his fists clenched. Let me go with them. I don't understand the inquiry. This is how they treat their guests. And this red hair said, people who win a lot of money and leave, not their guests. Yimba. And he turned around. Tell the younger brother behind me to get rid of me as soon as possible. But he didn't take 2 steps. I saw the fat man just now. Flying over his head, I stared at them like crazy. I must teach them a good lesson. The bespectacled man took up his weapon and shot me. And I did a bullet capture for him. And I was right in front of him. And they nailed him to the ground. Alice now, still asking what the name of this glass of wine is. I didn't notice any movement behind me. The waiter told him the drink was called the Book of Fire. It also shows the passionate love between lovers. Human love. It was boring to Alice. Now, these little Karamis are screaming because I beat them up. This is Red's little brother, running in a hurry with the phone. Now he has finally realized I am the latest S-level player. This red hair is really scared. Even here, S-level players are less than 20 years old. But now there is one in front of him. If you really fight here... He was afraid that he would destroy the entire casino. The red hair knelt on the ground with a plop. He kept apologizing to me and asked me to forgive them. Of course, I am also an adult, regardless of the villain. Make them pay 10 million. The money should be enough. Got what I wanted. The screen changes. We went to the auction house. I heard that there is a heart of a fish dragon in this auction. Suddenly, Alice smelled a disgusting stench. Meeting Jiang Zhenhe for the first time. My name is Julius, as you can probably tell. I'm this fool's teacher. I didn't expect Alex to work so hard for a while. He called his teacher over. He looks like he's been beaten. Stab. Gluttony eye activated. Julius level begins. Professional mastermind. Guardians of the inherent ability pyramid. His ability has been outstanding, especially the synergy between his profession and his inherent abilities. Effects can consume very little magic. Summon a large number of summoning hands. This copying condition pisses me off. You need to complete all black magic lessons with him. And achieved a plus grade. He came this time, is to ask me for information about unknown players. This old man is really straight to the point. I finally came to this place. Let's talk about this topic next time. And Julia stopped me. It's a pity there won't be a next time. We need to fix this ASAP. I also stared at him without touching it at all. Then it's none of my business. Soon we were at the auction. This first object is a meteorite fragment. Price $100,000. This cloud iron is a good east. At least this time, there is no master who can use cloud iron. I bid 300,000 knife directly. Presumably no one will compete with me. No, I didn't think of it. Alex and his apprentice actually bid 1 million. I don't understand what these two guys are up to. I still bid on the second item 300,000. Urius is still bidding 1 million. This is killing me. This old guy, I want to buy everything I like. After that, I don't care what I shoot. This old guy, they will buy it at a price several times higher than mine. He wants to exchange what I need. Get the player's information. 1-click lot at this time. It was the first chessboard. Starting price 50,000, but no matter how much I pay, this old man has been relying on his strong financial resources. Compete with me. In the end, the board was sold away by him for 30 million. This is killing me. He has already spent so much money before. Another 30 million. The financial resources are far beyond my expectations. This old guy, and I looked at me with a dark expression. I finally found what you really want. Alice suddenly stood up and offered 1 million yuan. Julius was numb. Although he is not short of money, but that's a lot. But when he realized that he had already spent money, more than 10 million bought junk. If you stop here, you will collapse. Finally, the lamp gritted its teeth and offered 10 million. But Alice won. Just a calm offer, 200 million. This is too urgent. Pointing at Alice and yelling, "Stop talking about it." Why should we? I believe you have 200 million assets. Alice waved her palm. A private door appeared behind him. Then, countless elite treasure hunters poured out from inside. The staff here, pick up any treasure for identification. The price given is worth $500 million. Now the old man recognized Alice. It could be an unknown player. Also powerful forbidden body. The old man admitted that they lost the game. He told Alex to start PLMB. Alex smiled coldly when he heard this. I was waiting for your words. Suddenly there was an explosion behind me. Attendees at the auction scrambled to be the first. After fleeing outward, suddenly, a few red lights streaked across their necks. Dexter's real name smiles my precious sacrifices. You still have to give me materials. Then he uses the energy magic furnace. The skill instantly covers the entire auction hall. Everybody plopped down on their knees, holding my head and screaming in pain. This time it really made me angry. This disgusting guy is over the line. At this time, the essence of these players has been extracted. Then two extremely ugly monsters formed. As expected of the disgusting enlightener, this cruel method is in line with their style. Alex Cold Channel. The insult I received on the plane, I remember it clearly now. Since the streets destroy your order, but then I don't have to put up with it anymore. As soon as the voice fell, these two monsters came out towards me. Boom! The ground on which I stood was shattered by the blast. Of course they can't touch me. And I didn't pay attention to these two monsters. Now I have to do it quickly. The damage of the furnace is constantly stacking up. I put my feet and disappeared in place in an instant. Grave of an arrow launched. The two monsters were easily killed by me. Alex, his life was incredible. I didn't expect your skills to be so powerful. He waved his hand. A few more monsters appeared. I understand he's trying to buy time this way. Play the long game. He just needs to extract people's essence. You can keep resurrecting monsters until it consumes all the magic of the opponent. This is how the caller fights. A white light shines on my knife. Use skills daylight. Alex knew I would use this trick. He has already seen the video of my dance party. He immediately ordered the monsters to gather in the light. Before the war, but he was surprised to find the monsters stopped moving because their feet are already frozen. And I've already used flash. Used ice sculptures without him noticing. Then the dazzling light came together. Boom! There is a big hole in the roof. The monster he summoned, I've already punched a lot. Alex saw this and ran away. Now I have to hurry up and meet up with the teacher. A short knife hit him in the back. Make a mess here. I won't let him escape. I pulled out my knife. In the next 30 minutes, his blood will keep pouring into his lungs until he suffocates. I took out the holy water I had received earlier. Let him tell me about the grinding society. So he still has a chance to live. But Alex just wanted to talk, only to find that his throat was blocked. Can't make a sound at all. He immediately put out his finger and wrote on the ground. I put my foot on his hand. Since you don't want to tell me, then there is no way, because I've used mind reading to know. Then I turned away without looking back. I hope he dies as painfully as possible. I happen to be in ruins. Discover a safe made by Michelangelo. And the heart of the ichthyosaur. 2 treasures. It can be integrated into a large capacity pressure space backpack. After successful integration, my current pressure space back is inclusive. The quantity has increased by 5,000 kilograms. At this time, the Addition Church on the 3rd floor of the Tower of Trials. A woman holds a door panel against a flying bow and arrow. He threw the wooden door aside angrily. The security here is killing him. The young man on the side told him not to complain. Youth, still upset about stupid Alex. Hear this. Melina turned her head angrily. You say you're upset? Then he took out his hand and placed it on the youth's neck. So do I still have to take into account your feelings? Come alone and let them stop. You all experience life and death together. More than 10 years old partner. Why do you still make a lot of noise and refuse to give in to each other every time? The reason why the black-robed man called them here? To guard against me. Melina is not impressed. He estimated that my strength was about the same as that of an ordinary expert. The black-robed man told them not to take it lightly. Maybe I'm even higher than them. Hear this. Melina just laughed. That's impossible, after all. It's just the dregs that only climb to the 20th floor of the tower. Will be treated as a treasure by those leaders. The young people on the side were very impressed by this. At first, they are there to avoid the scrutiny of international officials. Just choose the extremely unpopular trial tower game. So they knew this tower pretty well. The black-robed man understands. These two people didn't take their words seriously. To clear the necessary obstacles, he immediately ordered the two to follow Julius. We must assist him in successfully completing this mission. At this moment, Li Taiming and the other two are watching me capture the live broadcast of the 3rd floor of the trial tower. Here are the faces in the private room. 4 seconds as long as you answer 3 questions correctly. You can get equipment rewards that can give abilities. The difficulty of asking questions with human faces is extremely high. If I get it wrong, I will be punished. His first hint, ask me, what are the water depth and water temperature where sea animals inhabit? Water depth 175 meters. Water 1.5 degrees Celsius. I hurriedly urged him for the next batch. The human face is a bit fierce. I haven't said your answer yet, right? Pretty soon, I answered all 3 of his questions. The human face is happy, because I was the first to get it right. All the problems of humanity. At this time, the people in the live stream have already exploded. And they got all the answers right for the first time. The face will also follow the agreement. Give me the seal I want. Red, yellow, and green can only be selected. Choose a color of maple leaves. Red maple leaf gives fire attributes. Yellow maple leaf enhances defense. The green maple leaves increase movement speed. I gave a wall knock directly to the person. Ask him to hand over the black maple leaf. Those who heard this were shocked. Ask me how I know about black maple leaves. He said that this maple leaf should not be forgotten. He can put red maple leaves and the green one together. Give it to me and I'll tell him not to talk nonsense. Hurry up and hand over the black maple leaf. Do you want to tarnish the reputation of the tree spirits? If I tell the manager, what will happen to you? Hear the 3 words of the manager. I left the cold sweat under my face. In the end, he could only reward me according to his oath. Black Bee. Honey, when this equipment uses weapons or defensive devices, special effects of the undefeated attribute can be used. When attacked, increases the damage of the enemy's stamina by 1%. The user is unharmed. Very good. The last step of the work is also completed. Next I should go. At this moment, the entrance to the 3rd floor of the trial tower. Several soldiers are guarding the entrance. Suddenly a black mist rose under their feet. Then they were covered in black fog. The resulting rope is dragged underground. The man is the black-robed old man who appeared at the auction, with a group of younger brothers behind him. The screen comes back to me. At this moment, I just finished dealing with the petty officials. The audience in the live stream is chirping, "You're killing me." Suddenly, there was a roar not far from me. Obviously, I have told those guilds, "Don't let anyone in. It seems that some people have sneaked in." I immediately turned off the live stream, quickly rushed in the direction of the abnormal sound. The other side. The army of skeletons and the army of stone statues are fighting. This group of skeletons is stronger than I thought. It looks indistinguishable from the army of stone statues. Up and down, even more powerful. These 2 grinders see their side has the upper hand, ready to kill them all in one go. Suddenly, a few ice crystals rose towards them. This grueling reaction bar is also extremely fast. Immediately use defensive skills to block it. Now they also found me standing behind the statue. He immediately ordered the skeletons on the side to attack me, and I was twinkling in the group of stone statues. To avoid their knowledge, then the big hand waved its inherent ability, the Guard of the Heart. Unleash the divine golden power. The holy light shines on the skeleton army. At this time, the demon man just now found himself unable to take control of these skeletons. Suddenly, their summoner defected, waving their weapons at their own people. This almost pissed Ulinus off. In order to command the undead monster more efficiently, 4 pivots were established. The 3rd pivot has fallen. If the first pivot is also breached, if the connection is interrupted, then their chain of command will completely collapse. Now the flames are surging in my palm, attracting hatred among the statues everywhere. And then I carried a battle-type magic statue. Run quickly to the grinding side. In the blink of an eye, I was behind them. At the same time, the big butt of the magic love statue also sat down, a loud bang. Half of the people who sat on this butt died. This old man is completely mad at me. What kind of hatred do you have with us? Why do you keep ruining my good deeds over and over again? Give up. Julius, guardian of the skill pyramid, launches. Even if it makes it impossible to deal with, the boss that appears later, also at any cost. The old man shouted and did his best to kill him. Wake up, guardians. The voice just fell. The mummified guardian wrapped in bandages appeared. At this time, the old man was already squatting on the ground. Gasping for breath, his magic has consumed too much. He reached out and grabbed his little brother's shoulder. Crazy devours the magic within him. In the blink of an eye, This little brother only has one piece of clothing left. I didn't expect this old thing to be so cruel, even his own companions. The old man is like a demon now, standing among the guardians. So, let's start over. This mummy dog barks. The purple gas in my mouth can kill 100 people. Wave your hand forward. The bandage on the hand is thrown out like a whip. Killed a stone statue in one move. The old man laughed wildly. My mummy soldier. The bandages are as strong as steel. They have both defensive and offensive power. It's a veritable undead monster. I originally kept it to fight against the recent third-floor boss, but to kill you, it's kind of off my mind. I dodged the attacks of the mummies. Melina is watching from a distance. They haven't seen Ullams for a long time either. Angry like this, they don't feel the need to do anything now. This is me jumping high to dodge the attack. It reminds me of that experience. An old man said that although my swordsmanship is strong and sharp, but there's one catch. That's because it helps too much, resulting in power dispersion. He picked up a piece of twine. Say, a true master can use the same power. Unleash 100-fold of its power, then the twine is free in his hand and easy to wield. Like the wind but dancing based on softness. Unleash a powerful move at the right moment. He swung his palm violently. The clouds in the sky were chopped into two ends by him. This skill is called Soul-Chasing Blade. Ting Dong. Fragments of the skill. Soul-Chasing Sword Dance have been recreated. My whole person's momentum suddenly increased. Lifelong exudes strength. Big suction. I'm right in the middle of the magic vortex. It sucks in everything around it. The fifth style of soul-chasing sword dance. The sound of a gun, a magic sword. He precisely stimulates the center of the magic vortex. The old man sees this. Immediately, use double shields to resist this powerful magic. But the next second, the staff in his hand was damaged. Then he was also struck away by the sharp force of the vortex, accompanied by attack, fish wave dissipation. Now, the old man barely had the strength to stand up. He immediately shouted for someone to protect himself. I was already behind him. You are exactly like your student. It was aggressive at first. As long as you lose, you become a shrinking turtle that runs away. Hear this. Traveling to Uz suddenly realized he now finds out that I am Jiang Zhenghe. Then a fire element carried him away and told him to say hello to Alex for me. The remaining little Kalami, naturally not an opponent to the army, and I picked up a shield and replenished his magic. Then I came to the end of the third floor. The domain of the 4 heavenly kings who guarded the temple. The king of 2 days attacked me in an instant. The sound of a gun. This cock was knocked down by me. I love the way they keep quiet. They were huge. I have the advantage in speed. Then countless lights slashed from them. These 2 heavenly kings can't withstand my attack at all. In the current situation, there is another heaven dynasty that I will kill. Just one blow shattered his head, and the other heavenly king turned and ran. This confuses me a little. Is this a new type of play? I saw the last king. Take a cotton key from the striking tower. Boom! It plunged into his chest. The system prompts me. The key to the interior to sense the door. The presence within has answered the call. At the same time, a sickle bag sticks out from the chest of the stone statue. Then the lotus flower shines brightly. A touch of sacred majesty exuded. The next one, 1,000 hands and 1,000 faces. Guan Yin drilled out of the lotus flower. Guan Yin put his hands together. The 4 heavenly kings haven't called me out for a long time. No, I didn't think of it. There are still humans who can threaten the key to the stone tower. I told him it was nothing. I'm going to kill the boss of this city. Avalokiteshvara chuckles that I'm a human being who doesn't know the sky and the earth. I also admit that I have the courage. I'm too lazy to talk nonsense with him. I don't have time to chat with a stone statue. I let him have a quick fight with me. Hear this. 1,000 hands. Guan Yin holds a weapon in each hand. He wants me to enjoy death. The voice just fell. He picked up a long hair and threw it at me. I raised my shield and flicked the spear away. Even so, and my shield almost broke. The power of this guy is amazing. Even if you don't get hit, it's like my body is falling apart. But I had to. Because there is only one chance. Thousand-handed Guanyin sees this. Your reaction speed is quite fast. You make me more and more interesting. The voice just fell. He came at me with a bunch of weapons. And I put the shield across my chest. At the same time, activate the skill ice sculpture. Once, countless giant ice thorns appeared in front of me. Just a face-to-face. My ice thorn defense was shattered in an instant. This thousand-handed Guanyin is angry. Dare to use the dirty western track. Shy. A shield blasted straight at him. And he had a grip on it. Stupid human. This little trick. Don't take it out and embarrass yourself. He's not finished yet. I found myself with a stick in one of my arms. A short knife wrapped around a film accumulator. Thousand-handed Avalokitesvara discovery. My arm is still hurting. Ming, poison or something like that is of no use to him. I told him it was called the Blood Demon Aura. Once hit by him, it will continue to hurt. Hear this. He yanked off his arm. Said he wouldn't fall for me again. I looked at his arm thrown in front of me. It really didn't kill him. He will never fall for me again. But I've got the gem on his arm. This is exactly what I want. Now this thousand-handed Guanyin understands. The only target to start with is him. Hands inlaid with precious jade. Then I put the magic director of the Duchy of Furterus. The book is fused with the treasure jade of Avalokitesvara to obtain a new piece of equipment. Solomon of the Golden Dawn. He is the holy foreign body of the essence of the 72 demons online, able to maximize the magic ability. Come on, Gluttony Eye. The next step is to find a way to replicate his talent. Thousand Hands and Thousand Faces Guanyin. Level unknown inherent ability mandala. Copy condition use weapon within 5 minutes. Magic insults each other and create magnificent ice sculptures. History of implementation conditions. Please play appropriate music and dress appropriately. I'm asking my mother to make an ice sculpture. Play some music. This system is getting more and more abnormal, but I can still do it to this extent. After all, below the 25th floor. Only here can you get the skill mandala. So I took out the gramophone. Played a love waltz. Jianshu Guanyin was a little angry when he saw this. He had no idea what I was going to do. I also conjured up a very slutty look. I'm going to sing him a little apple. Hear this. Avalokitesvara went completely crazy. How dare you make such a joke in front of me? The voice just fell is also sent. Move the skill mandala. He's got a weapon in each hand. Then countless attacks cheeky came at me. I will make you suffer countless times, second only to the pain of reincarnation. Seeing this, I threw Luarin forward like this. Failed to launch glacier sculpture. There was a giant ice sculpture in front of me. The countless roosters of Avalokitesvara all fell down, but it makes me satisfied. As expected of an upgraded version of the ice demon, it was amazing. Melissa and Melissa are high up. Watch our battle. He couldn't believe it. My weapon magic is in. Got it in such a short time? Huge increase. I don't even understand the fake on my head. What is hair? The young people on the side think I'm unfathomable. He didn't think I could take out Julius. He also challenged Avalokitesvara, you know? Only players who have conquered the 10th floor dare to challenge. Avalokitesvara, enough to be called the second boss of the 3rd layer. And that guy actually attacked head-on. His abilities have long exceeded the scope of human beings. Even so, neither of them is willing to give up. Then the young man took out one. Coins that exude black magic. I think it's time to use this. Now I also notice the two of them. This is Avalokitesvara. Shout out and fight me and dare to be distracted. Then a sharp blade grazed my thigh. See, I quickly used the fire element to tie the wound. The magic book in my hand kept turning over. The skill forced the glacier sculpture to activate. Countless ice crystals are like previous ones. Straight to the Thousand Hands Guanyin opera. He also took up arms to block the incoming ice crystals. For a moment, we had a crazy confrontation. Neither side allowed the other. Avalokitesvara saw me. Squeeze with both hands. Use skills. Heavenly network. A green barrier appeared in an instant. Trap me in it. Avalokitesvara raises his weapon. Does a cold snort only mean defense? Where did that confidence go? Changed to a weapon that just fell into his hands, thrown at the same time. These weapons hit the enchantment. It keeps bouncing back to the status quo. I'm bold. Immediately activate the skill glacier sculpture. An iceberg forms in an instant. Keep me in the middle. Seeing this, Avalokitesvara grabbed the enchantment, squeezed like crazy in your hand. His eyes gleamed green as he stared at me. Skill 10,000 machine guns launched. With a clang, it's like playing golf. Knock this spherical enchantment away, just as he was proud. You say my little trick. Only the first action pass. I think it works well this time too. The sudden sound shocked Avalokitesvara. He didn't even notice where I was, and I'm flying under him now. And when he saw me, he waved his hand. Glacier Prison launched. Produced by Link & Co. Thousand-handed Guanyin was directly frozen by me. Take this opportunity. I gave him a verbal insult. Grit your teeth for this old man. And I made him an ice middle finger. To console his young heart. See this friendly communication gesture. Kenshu Guanyin was directly blown up. The ice clattered as he weighed it. Then this damn human, I'm gonna send you to hell. While he broke down the house. I also completed the copy conditions. Got his inherent ability mandala. This skill can give weapons special powers. Players can practice mental cultivation. Roughly predict the direction of the opponent's attack. A golden light wheel also appeared on the back of my head. Qianshu Guanyin was dumbfounded when he saw this. He doesn't understand why I also have this skill. I put my hand on my ice crystal finger. Skill mandala launch. Drawn by my magic. This giant finger went straight towards the thousand-handed Guanyin. This issue is very easy to hit. Break through his defenses. Hit him hard. Click. His body is like a broken ice crystal. Split apart. I finally got these 10 medicines. It can be on the 3rd floor. Call the boss of the area anywhere. It's finally over. It's killing me. First solve the problem of travel selflessness. Avalokitesvara again. I really fought too hard this time. Now I'm 21. I have to add all the ability points to the magic. Soon I found a place. She made herself a feast. This shrimp is the 3rd level of the trial tower. Rare shrimp species unique to rivers. This bite is almost confusing me. In the future, I will have to replicate some of the beauty. Food skills. This is Melina, and the 2 of them came over. They want to mate with me before dawn. And I didn't say no. After all, I'm known for my good heart. And they each introduced themselves. The young man's name is Li Qiao. Me too. No hesitation in sharing with them what I just made. Shrimp dinner. Beautiful saliva flowed out. My stomach is growling too. But he was stopped by Li Qiao on the side. We appreciate your kindness. We don't accept mistakes from strangers. Especially when the other party is wearing a mask. The young man is very concerned about my mask. He thought I was trying to hide something. I say what you feel uncomfortable. I can also take it off. The premise is that we are going to play a simple game. So we alternate 3 questions. I want you to finish. Then I'll take off the mask immediately. Li Qiao thought for a moment. He felt that even if he lied, I can't tell the difference between real and fake. Then the 2 nodded and smiled at each other. Can promise? Melina took out a coin. Use pros and cons to decide who asks first. Melina guessed heads. He guessed it right. I immediately recognized it as Caligula's coin. Just specify the object first. Then inject magic in 5 minutes. Then you can temporarily dominate the other party's spirit. Melina thinks for a moment. Did I enter the tower with my companions? I replied that I came by myself. Soon it will be my turn to ask the last question. Just answer, I will take off the mask as agreed. My last question is for the Grinding Society. Really think, can you deal with me with just the 2 of you? The 2 who were found out also stopped pretending. You really knew our true identities long ago. Although your great strength can solve it. Avalokitesvara, but you're also exhausted from it, aren't you? Melissa took out the coin. Now that's all I need. It can easily solve you. But he made a whoosh and nothing happened. They have no idea what's going on. I thought this coin was broken. Little do you know, I have long used the trial of Anubis. Seal their abilities. Li Qiao saw this and urged him to start PN. Melina said she couldn't use any skills. I calmly placed a dish on the tribute platform. The system sent a prompt. The gods of the ancestral hall are satisfied with my sincerity. I awaken the victorious general with success. I choose the great general of Changsheng Tianxia as my agent. I want to choose one. Changsheng Underground General is a substitute fighter. The two are now fierce. They haven't heard of it at all. I lay calmly by the campfire. I just asked each of them 3 questions. So I can choose 2 candidates. The underground general is prohibited from using skills to enter and exit. Moment, they were surrounded by a formation tied with paper clothes. And Li Qiao came at me. He understands that as long as he kills me, these guys will disappear. Suddenly, a big hand fell from the sky, and the general who descended to the world used his skills to kill Yi Jingbai. One slap slapped him into the soil and couldn't even dig it out. Beautiful, that's really scary. He regretted dealing with me. The 1,000 hands did not escape. I appeared behind him. Talk to me if you don't want to die. I hope you can answer my question truthfully. Why do you dummies hinder players? If you can't climb the tower successfully, then all humanity will perish. Mina was just about to answer. Li Qiao, who was still breathing, immediately stopped him. This time, he was directly slapped into blood mud by the great general of the world. I'll let Mina listen. If you can give me some useful information, I might be able to save your life. After all, internal information is precious. After a friendly exchange with me, he could only answer my questions honestly. The man who sent them to kill me is Lancelot. In addition to him, they also have 11-0. Beautiful that belongs to the assassination squad. He doesn't know the details either. His leader said, as long as the 12 arrows in the collective tower are blocked, sacred relics, then even if humanity perishes, they can also survive intact. And you can also get corresponding huge rewards. That's all he knows. My gluttonous eyes tell me. Everything he said was true. These guys are crazier than I thought. I didn't expect it. The goal of the grinders turned out to be to summon the Demon King, even if man perishes. They can also survive. What's going on here? It's a woman I didn't kill. Just signed him a contract. So he can never betray me. The screen changes. I came to where the bag was. I took out the medicine of the 10 elements and put it into the barrier in front of me. In an instant, a purple light extends upward. Then a door slowly opened. One comes out of it. A stone statue dozens of meters tall. The giant is atop the statue. There's a young man tasting wine. Seeing this, I immediately use the skill Paralysis Eye. Due to the large level gap, partial failure of fate value, the boss of this 3rd floor is called Soulless, level 105 inherent ability, Unstarred Army. Because the gap is too large, I can't replicate his skills. Although countless humans have challenged his army. But the first person to call him out with a key. At this time, a taller stone statue of the general appeared. Put on armor, holding a big knife in his hand. Below him is the army of soulless statues, 100,000. I immediately started the picture. Take out the chessboard from a previous auction. With my magic injection, a giant chessboard formed under my feet. Then, 2,251 magic pieces appear above. Wu Hun thinks my idea is very creative. Use this method. Can you also play the role of a legion? But what good are these little guys for? I took out the enlargement pill I had prepared earlier. These ordinary chess pieces, soldiers just got 10 times bigger. I watched him grin. Here we go. Let's have a battle between armies. I asked Li Yuli about it at the martial arts meeting earlier. Just let him help me make chess pieces. The round marriage said calmly. I admit that you are not like the humans who have been here. I mounted my horse and pointed at him. I don't care about your affirmation. Guys like you. It's just a Kanyao stationed on the 3rd floor. The boss of the Tower of World Love. Just a gatekeeper. It also exerts influence on that layer. And they can also climb the tower like a player. Expand your power. Circle laughed out loud. You think it's because I'm not strong enough. I didn't set foot on the 4th floor. This makes me a little confused, so isn't he the local spirit of the 3rd floor? The spirits warned me. Your troops, in the face of absolute difference and my tactical superiority, you are absolutely impossible to turn around. Yan treat him as ordered the 1st army to advance. He's just the previous team that sent 1,000 troops. It seems he is trying to test my coping ability. I swung my sword. Activate the chessboard. The attack and defense of all the pieces on the field. Increased by 30%. I ordered the chess players on both sides to move forward. 3 first team, full defense team ready. The wife soldier strode forward. Activate the skill Iron Endurance. Boom! The 2 armies collided fiercely. At my command, wife this car start skill suggestion. Countless drive to smash the other party's stone statue army to pieces, and some drivers were knocked down by their shields. The wife launched the skill flame strike at the opportunity. Room. Flames ignited in the army of stone statues. The flame turned into a tornado, like these stone statues stirred up by an army. The round soul showed a look of surprise. He actually killed my first army in an instant. With a wave of his hand, the second and third army advanced. I take the 170-word horse and turn right to the side. Simultaneous use of skill ahead cues. It will double the damage during combat. Rushing all the way towards the stone statue army. They root never thought I'd come out on the right. Solus also sees that I have a lot of command experience. There are no loopholes in the transformation of empty hands. The timing of the command is also very punctual. But he doesn't understand the void on the side of my army. What is the gap? Like a tempting poison apple placed in front of him. Solus immediately uses the skill to identify weaknesses. He found that as long as he broke the crown above the chessboard, you can stop all your wife's actions. Solus laughed out loud. I said, how could he commit such a new, hands don't make mistakes? It turned out to be waiting for me to throw myself into the crown that decides the outcome. I stayed on Elisa's head. Wenhun shouted, scout for me. With 15 soldiers of this height, it's about 3 kilometers. Sure enough, as soon as I left, he immediately targeted my base camp. I ignored it. The other side dispatched 3,000 soldiers. Then his defense will definitely be greatly reduced. Martial spirit discovered me with confidence, the flaw that deliberately stayed in the base camp, and set a trap to attack the crown. Soon his stone statue passed through the gap. Surround Alice. Wenhun smiled coldly. Ended the gatekeeper's imposing outburst. Amazing that I can come this far. Fight him with just that bit of courage. Courage? I bared my teeth and told him to stop talking nonsense. I can already see that he let me in on purpose. And this stunned the gatekeeper. Such an ingenious plan was seen through. Finally, he waved his little hand. Watch me put the crown. Leave it to a skinny little girl for safekeeping. And with this wife, she has nothing to look forward to. Death. Gatekeeper's eyes, golden hat. There is a Tai Chi diagram under the palm of your hand. 2 stone statues appeared in the rotating break. One is the Great Destroyer King Kong. The other one is the statue of David. Beneath the statue, the miracle I'm killing. The 2 stone statues are still mocking me. Is there no decent guy in the world? Even one has the perfect body. Percentage of humans are not. The gatekeeper is also a little confused. Is this guy crazy? I smirk. The real show is just beginning. Fingertips. 2 stone statues grabbed at Alice. And I looked at Alice and said, it's your turn. Alice's little hand. There is a red blood cell suspended in the air. Brush it. The blood cells turned into countless sharp swords and sprinted out. Alice roared. A bunch of little scum dare to be in my head. I moved up and saw all the blood in the field. His life brought all the stone statues to smithereens. Alice raised her hand. A giant red blood cell? Slowly growing in the palm of your hand. At that moment, Alice activated the blood count. Alice stared coldly at the stone statue below. Go to hell and fall with a bang. There was a loud noise. Alice snorted. This little scum won't let him take it out at all. True strength. The goalkeeper was shocked. How could that be? That thin little girl? How can there be such terrifying power? I have to watch the gatekeeper. His biggest mistake, after he was sure his advanced team could defeat me. And let me into your army. I activated the blood demon key. This blood demon energy reacts with the corresponding knight. Click. I raise my hand and raise the blood demon gun. Ready to throw at the gatekeeper? Wherever the blood gun passes, turn those statues into friends. Become my subordinate. The statue of David is a little confused. There's something wrong with the diamond statue next to you. The next moment, the diamond statue roared. His mind has already been invaded by my blood gun. Swipe it out. The stone statue of David was smashed to pieces. And those little stone statues below are also killing each other. The gatekeeper's army was completely destroyed by me. Any strategy is in front of me. There are no enemies who use force. I twice. Don't be a coward, gatekeeper. It will make you look weak. I launched the art of ice sculpture. With a big move, the back road of the stone statue was frozen. Let them have nowhere to go. Now the gatekeeper is completely panicked. I never imagined that things would turn out like this. See yourself in the end. The gatekeeper is ready to escape from here, I snorted. A sword condensed in his hand. Where do you want to escape to? There is no way for you to survive here. As I speak, my bow and arrow are ready to go. Search your fingers, release the saber teeth, and launch out. You should be able to general now, not waiting for the gatekeeper to respond. My saber teeth froze right through his chest. A golden light rose into the sky. This also means that I killed the boss of the 3rd floor. Alice's eyes lit up. It was you. It was good. Keep an eye on it. The 4th floor of the Tower of Broken Love has been opened to me. The time to conquer the next level is 90 days. I scratched my cheek at the explosion. I did a good job. I know it's a loss for you to say, Ma Alice. So far, the 3rd floor has been completely successfully attacked by me. After conquering the 3rd floor, my level has also risen. Upgraded to level 5 in January. Just think of the ability value and use the magic value to increase it. Then I'll get a reward. And suddenly I wondered. I didn't expect what I saw. Logically speaking, treasures obtained after solving the package. Grading by color. But this is orange. And I was so excited. It's all thanks to the poison-eating effect. When the attack is successful alone, you can get the most valuable reward among them. I opened the treasure box without hesitation. The thing photographed inside is a pink diamond, and 5 other rare rewards. I put it all away with one big move. I didn't expect the rewards to be quite generous. The most surprising thing to me is that there is also a sunshade in it. This amazes me. This is the effect, and it's awesome. Alice was speechless. He despises me the most. And my lewd face? Alice smiled. I really can't help it. On the other side, a few people sat together and it was very quiet. The white-haired uncle clicked. Is this the birth of a hero? Hope so. There are still 90 days until the next strategy. This time they must be well prepared. But this also makes some people dissatisfied. After all, I successfully rated this way. It's not good for them either, and I will take away the clicks in the future. This made Kresha very angry. They keep failing. Almost joined forces with someone, thanks to me, so that humans do not use, in the case of grinding power, gained 90 days of valuable time. So when I heard him speak ill of me, Teresa looked particularly angry. On the other hand, Syria and Uncle Bai didn't say a word. Teresa turned to look. Shocked. I saw that the two did not speak. Do you suspect they think the same as Tanwei? Tanwei skimmed the group. Seems to default to Teresa's words. Suddenly, Teresa stood up, if everyone thought so. Then there is no way. From today onwards, he will retire from the conference. Syria was taken aback. Anyone can quit. Only Teresa can't quit the altar. Because Syria has gone to great lengths to bring Teresa into the picture. Hear that Teresa wants to quit. People start to keep. Talks are not just about getting in. Any group that wants to return. But only invite most suitable, the super elite joined by the talents who protect humanity group if Teresa really wants to leave. Then there is no possibility of rejoining the talks. Teresa is also indifferent to this. Because of their approach, he was so disappointed. In response, Teresa resolutely opened the door. Went out, and he trusted me. And the kind of person who deserves to be trusted with his life. Compared to you, not worthy of my trust. On the other side, I just finished the 3rd floor. Walking on the beach, thinking about whether to open one night in a luxury hotel. After all, I have so much money. This is the call I received from Liu Yanhua. Liu Yan's flower hair on the other end of the phone, sobbing. His grandfather fell ill. Hearing this, I rushed to ask where he was. When I got here, can't help but have Liu Yanhua's expression. It's the first time I've seen it. You know, he is the top figure in the domestic martial arts world. Granddaughter of legendary dancer Liu Tianying. Always strong and cheerful, durian flower. To show such deep affection, as soon as I grabbed his shoulder. Come on, tell me what's going on. Or not long after the Tower of Broken Love appeared. He's in the maze with Parkuna. I also remember what he said, because I've seen it on the news before. And my grandfather was there. And he woke up in that explosion. But even though the monster was killed, but he was also seriously injured. He hasn't recovered since that day. But recently, his grandfather's body is particularly weak, and the toxins in the body are also starting to spread. This time the system panel appears. It says Liu Tianying. All information and capabilities referred to, and all skills copied. The condition is that Liu Tianying is terminally ill. If you can save his life, you can choose from all the skills he has. One is to copy. I have sweaty eyes. This is really someone who has never been in the tower. Have a status panel? Then another person entered the room. Ask what's going on. He was not satisfied with the behavior of the fireworks, because even if you call me here, can't do anything. This also makes him seem like a useless doctor. I just straightened out. Fireworks and I are old friends. Why did you come? Just to see if I could be of any help. Hear my words and the healer. Xu Zhengshu breathed a sigh of relief. The reason why he was nervous, I thought it was because of the famous Jiang Zhenghe. I also do a lot of research in the medical field. In this case, his job is not thin. Liu Yanhua cursed. Why did you call me here? It's because he has no other way. Because Grandpa has been treated with you for a lot. It's been going on forever. Xu Zhengshu sighed. In fact, his grandfather's condition was also specially studied, but they did. Because it's good for the time being. There was no cure for his illness. Love, but even so. He also hoped that Liu Yanhua could believe them. Because Zheng has a team of medical personnel on the way here. He went all out to treat his grandfather. This made the scene a little awkward, because this is an excellent medical team. But the doctor was helpless against Grandpa. So, is the medical team coming from behind really capable? Hear him? Durian Flower is also a little embarrassed. After all, others really go all out. Ding! I launched Gluttony Eye. Just as the Durian Flower let me out, let the doctors focus on treating Grandpa. And I was furious. In his eyes, he has the heart to kill. Because of me now, I can hear all their hearts. I saw them thinking in their hearts. How could an expert suddenly pop up? Are they enjoying it? Thought I would get in their way. One more person. I wonder when I'm going to pretend to be treated. He still wants to go back to sleep quickly. At this time, Xu Zhengshu wrote about his grandfather's meridian. The old man seems to be because of the pro. The law collides with the magic overflowing from the tower. That's why I've been asleep. And then he put on a very difficult face. Because they are researching a way to use grinding. Golden stone treatment method. I want to give my grandpa a try. But because the price of the material itself is very expensive. Leave a message and there is hope. So they don't have to worry about money. Even if you sell all your training, he will also collect enough in the martial arts field, as long as Grandpa's injury. As for him, he would be willing to pay all the price, but the only one next to me is gritting my teeth. How long do these vampires want to suck? Xu Zhengshu, listen to the music. That's what he wants. And all of a sudden his eyes went wild and he looked in my direction. Because I'm getting close to him now. Just scold them. What nonsense blackmail talk are these? You shameless scum. Except for the shivering in the forensics show. The other two people jumped over the wall directly. Why do you say we are extorting? You are insulting us. I'm going to the association to sue you. At this time, the forensics show also came back to its senses. Please pay attention to the way you speak, even if you are Miss Yanhua's friend. No nonsense. But he was a little surprised. Is this guy testing us? But it doesn't matter if he reveals it. Because he has already put the borrowing account and beauty. The wallet of the currency is scattered to 7 locations. No matter if he is a Dalo immortal, he will never be found. Ouch. This is really self-defeating. It turns out that you still have a borrowing account and cryptocurrency wallets. How much did you swallow? Hear this. Fireworks' expression is furious. He made me clear. Are these people really cheating on me and my grandfather? The universe is in full swing. I want to use my voice to hide my panic. You guy, how can you suddenly frame a good person here? And I'm still using my skills to spy into his heart. I heard it again. He said I wouldn't even connect the Dark Cloud Guild with, you know all about the occupants' contacts, right? As soon as I heard the news. His head exploded directly. What did I hear? The Dark Cloud Guild actually has contact with the occupants. He actually said that the occupants of the tower contact with humans. How is that possible? And I was struck by this news. My face suddenly froze. I didn't expect it to be read. Contact with the occupants. For the occupants, humans are foreign enemies that pose a threat to him. I don't know what they're up to. Just as I was about to expose them, Grandpa suddenly coughed, spit out a mouthful of old blood, and the instruments on the new meters are rioting. The message looked flustered. Hastily asked what's going on, and Zhu Zhengshu scolded in his heart. How could something happen at this time? He has no means to cure his grandfather's injury. In an instant, he turned and fled. He has to get out of here quickly. Otherwise, the real life will be gone. Bang! A small foot directly stopped his pace. The oil fireworks that reacted kicked over. Do you want to run away? Is it really like what my brother said? You did what you felt. Then there were fireworks and tears. If something happens to Grandpa, then no one wants to get out of this ward alive. This time I said to calm him down. The top priority now is to look at Grandpa's situation first. I saw Grandpa, the toxins began to spread again. If not treated in time, it is very likely to call the police directly. Hear me? Zhu Zhengshu started immediately. He just went out to get medicine just now. If you don't get out in time, then Grandpa's injury is getting worse. He doesn't care. I sigh. At this time, he still thinks about it. I let the fireworks give him a kick.